What's up, people? What is up? Let me get this working properly. Wow, man, it's been a long time since I've been online. Let's see if anyone wants to join today. Oh, nice. What's up, Hawkwind? How you been? It's a long time no see. See, there's so much new stuff on here too, man. Wow. And just old and crumble. you know, as long as you're above the dirt, that's all that matters. The reason why I wanted to start this is because I have been gone for a while. I haven't done these in a long time. Let me do this. Let me send out this. Wow, that's pretty cool. I never seen this, man. I can add a poll on here. And I think it's about time that we do a discussion. Originally, I was going to do a discussion about a movie, something completely unrelated to laws, but I think it would have been very beneficial to see everybody's mindset regarding, how the African American community views police and how possibly cops view African Americans. I don't know. It's very hard to say based off of a movie. And the movie that I was choosing was American Skin. If you haven't seen it, it's a very good movie. I enjoyed it. It's on Amazon. I bought it, and it was very beneficial in my eyes to look at it and say, this is all justice porn. It really is. Um, Great movie. I really enjoyed it. Do I think that's how policing is? A very small amount. And I do see we have some more people in here. We got 9 people watching right now. If you guys want to say hi in the chat, I see 67% of people said no to the poll. Let me see. We'll end the chat in or not the chat, the poll in a few minutes. But I want to see if we get more people in here. And if you guys want to join, I always leave a link that's pinned. You can always go ahead and click it if you want to join. Give me your opinion. Again, I do not judge you. I'll just go ahead and state my reasons, and we can go from there. And I'll say this right now: my opinion in regards to both cases. In this case, since Kyle is innocent, I do believe he was. It was rightfully so. When it comes to the Ahmaud Arbery case, when it comes to the McMichaels, what's up, man in black? When it comes to the McMichaels, I do believe they should be found guilty. No doubt in my mind, they should be found guilty. And it really, I've heard a lot of discussions as to why people believe Kyle is guilty. We got 50-50, yes and no. That's good. That's good. We got a difference of opinion. We have a difference of opinion here. So I believe Kyle was rightfully found innocent, and the McMichael should be rightfully found guilty. One, Kyle was fleeing. Ahmaud Arbery was fleeing. The only difference is Ahmaud Arbery wasn't carrying a gun. Kyle was carrying a gun. Both are being chased. When it comes to the Ahmaud Arbery case, they said, well, you are obviously antagonizing Ahmaud Arbery. I agree with that statement. You were looking for trouble, in my opinion. Multiple times you passed Ahmaud Arbery, and you could have said, I'm not going to follow this guy anymore. I'm going to go ahead, turn around, go home, call the cops, leave it at that. But they didn't. They went, grabbed guns, grabbed his granddad, followed him. And because they then later on said they felt that their life was in danger, shot him. Is that right? No. In my opinion, no. You can't go out with a gun pointing it at people and in your truck chasing them down and then claim self-defense. That's just my opinion. When it comes to Kyle, he was chased. They threw something at him. They said, oh, it's just a empty bag. It was a harmless little bag. I wouldn't know that in the middle of the night, especially if I'm running away from you. Do I agree that someone should have been shot in that situation? I think if you didn't chase someone with a gun, knowing they have a gun, don't chase someone with a gun. That's the main point. I think it was a just call that he was found innocent. And if the McMichaels are found innocent, then I would definitely say there's an issue with the justice system. I already know there's an issue with the justice system, but definitely if the McMichaels are found innocent, there's a big issue with the justice system. And I'm going to give this poll about 2 more minutes. And then we're going to stop it. We're going to see what everybody says. 60%, 64% say the verdict is correct. And again, if you guys want to join, there's always a pinned link on the very top here that you can go ahead and click. Matter of fact, could I update this? Am I able to update that? Oh, yes, I can. Sweet. Let me see if it updates in real time. Edit. All right. You say there's an issue with the judge. Well, again, like I said, man, join the stream. We can discuss those issues. What's up, Bonehead? Nice, man. I appreciate you using the proper term, my tactical brother. How you doing late night? All right, we had 2 minutes. Just in the poll. Let's check it out. And the poll said 69% said no. And let me add Hawkwin here. How you doing, Hawkwin?
Hey, man, long time no talk.
I know, man. It has been a while. And I'm just sitting here to see. 69% say no, the verdict was correct. 69%. And Hawkwin, I'm just going to ask you, I probably have an assumption of what the answer is. Do you believe that the verdict was correct or incorrect?
Well, I watched the entire trial, and whew, I don't know if you've seen any of it, but let's face it, the defense, not the defense, the prosecution was basically defending him for the defense anyway. All the witnesses called up confirmed that it was self-defense, and their key witness, Grosskreutz, lied on stand. Yeah, there's no doubt it was the right verdict, because I've seen all the evidence. I watched it from day one, and there's just no way that kid acted in provocation There's no way he went out just to kill people. You know that. Let's face it. That dude, that the prosecutor, he is a major rat-faced little freak.
Okay. So we got your opinion on it. This is the reason why I like this poll here. This says that there are people who disagree with my opinion that it is a just call. Okay, it was the right decision. There's 30%. So what I would like to ask is if one of those 30% could come in here and share your opinion. Again, I'm not gonna bash you. This is not what it's about. It's an open discussion, just to share your opinion as to why you believe it was wrong. And any discussion that you want to have with us, it's up to you. You can just click the link, join in, put in your name, and we'll go ahead and start from there. You don't have to share your camera. As you see, Hawkwind is not sharing his camera. You can just come in here and discuss with us. I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to do anything like that. The DA rushed to judgment with all the evidence. Again, I was watching the trial and I was listening to both sides, and I said the district attorney, or the prosecutor, it was very foolish for the arguments that he had. And I couldn't help myself but say, like, that was a stupid argument. That was a dumb argument. And to put two words in the same sentence saying like, oh, well, why would you go ahead and rush to this place? And he'd say, well, there's a fire. I had to put it out. And that was important to you? I was like, sir, you can't put these two together. And, comparing his Call of Duty gameplay records and TikTok account, I was really confused as to where the prosecutor was going. And to me, I was like, the prosecutor might as well be on the defense's team because it's just bad arguments here. It's bad. It's bad. It was very bad. And that's me basically saying, like, either way this trial went, if Kyle was found guilty, it wouldn't have affected me at all. To be honest, it wouldn't have. But I already knew based off the evidence, yeah, he's going to be found innocent regardless.
Well, see, here's my thing. I mean, there's so much prosecutorial misconduct. I mean, when he tried to impeach his right to the Fifth Amendment in front of the jury, that's the most brazen. That was the most brazen attack on this kid's civil rights I've ever seen. Like he didn't have a right. He didn't have a right to not incriminate himself on any matter. And then there's the part where they gave substandard evidence to the defense when they had a better copy of that video.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so much prosecutorial misconduct. I know they're probably not going to do anything to this guy. Let's face it. He's in there. He's in the establishment of the county court system. They may or may not do anything to him. If it were me, I would have filed charges with the state bar and then filed the lawsuit.
Oh yeah,
because I mean that disturbed me watching that, because I'm sitting there thinking, and especially the way they attacked him on the stand. Half of those questions didn't make any damn sense whatsoever. What was he? See, that I agree with you. This guy didn't know where he was going from one minute to the next. And what about when he pointed the AR-15 at the jury members with his finger on the trigger? Did you see that part?
Yeah.
How
I saw most of the trial, and the only part that I didn't see, because at first I was agreeing, said he should probably be charged with the gun charge. Then I found out it was dismissed, and that's because the prosecutor didn't bring up any evidence, to dispute that. And that's because there's also other laws that I didn't know about. Again, different states, vary in their laws. It was the assumption is that it was waived because the law in Wisconsin or in Kenosha, you are allowed to carry a gun as a minor if you are in the act of certain activities such as hunting, for one, target shooting, and also security purposes. Okay.
Correct.
So I didn't know that was a law in Kenosha. So I was like, oh, he's going to get the gun charge for sure. And then I found out it was dismissed. And that's the only time I missed part of the trial to find out that, okay, that whole charge was dropped.
Well, no, the charge was dropped because, according to the law in Wisconsin, you cannot be in possession of a rifle. Well, correct.
Hey, no, just pray.
Short-barreled rifle. You cannot have a short-barreled rifle if you're underage in Wisconsin. It came down to the barrel length of the gun, and with the barrel being over a certain length, that's why they dropped the gun charge.
Right.
So I mean that.
Yeah.
I mean that was the one part. That was one part I thought they were going to get sticky on too, but
I really think they
clarify
should
it.
have stuck on that gun charge. I really do think they should have stuck on it, and the prosecutor should have brought more evidence and fought more to fight that. Again, if he believed that what Kyle was doing was illegal, he should have done more to fight that. But 1 second, Hawkwind, let me introduce Just Pray NYC. How are you doing, Just Pray NYC?
Hey, how are you guys? I don't mean to intrude. I'm just gonna, whenever it felt applicable to jump into the conversation, I was gonna.
Oh no, you're not intruding. You're good.
I mean,
Speak up.
I just think this whole case was disgusting. They got my dog Michael Vick in jail for 5 years. Fucking.
Hello?
And let Kyle Rittenhouse go.
Hey, don't worry. We're going to introduce you in just 1 second. I'm just bringing you in. No problem.
You get what I'm saying, though? You get what I'm saying, though?
Sorry, repeat. We had a brief interruption there. Sorry about that.
I was saying that they're gonna lock up Michael Vick for 5 years, and then they're gonna let Kyle Rittenhouse be free. Like whose life is more valuable? You know what I mean?
Well, it's different circumstances in regards to the,
No, it's completely different cases. But when you look at it on a moral level, a humanity level, I mean, the kid went out there, he killed 2 people. Or was it 3? Was it 2 or 3?
It was
Can
2.
I jump in?
Yeah, YK. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I haven't been able to sleep the past few nights knowing this because my father was wrongly accused of murder and has been sentenced to life without parole. And I think this is kind of insane. And I'm glad I'm on here, an outlet to talk about it,
Okay. Sorry to hear about your father.
Can we hear a little bit about that?
Nah, I'm sorry. I don't really want to feel comfortable.
No, I'm sorry for asking.
Well, see, here's the difference.
I don't feel comfortable spreading myself open like that.
You know what? I'm gonna let you know here, YK. I don't know your full name, if it's YK, if that's your username, but I'm just gonna let you know this is an open discussion. You can say whatever you feel is acceptable to you. Again, I'm not going to sit here and judge you.
I didn't want to cut anyone off.
I understand. No problem. So we're talking about Michael Vick. Sorry, YK. NYC, you were talking about Michael Vick. Can you explain as to which situation you're going for?
I was talking about with the whole dog situation, the justice system had no problem throwing the full force of the book at Michael Vick, being a black man in America. But here comes Kyle Rittenhouse, this little white kid who gets away with murder, literally, not even using the figure of speech, It
wasn't murder.
I mean,
damn near
even self-defense is murder in a literal sense.
No. I'm just
referring to the act of a life being
attacking. They were attacking him. He was attacked by one guy who had a gun, one guy had a skateboard, and the other guy who was lunging at him.
Wait. Hear me out.
Who
Hear me
threatened
out.
to kill
I'm
him
not
Hold on.
earlier
attacking
this
him.
evening.
Time out. Hawkwind, just let him go ahead and speak. Let him go ahead and speak, Hawkwind, please.
I'm not saying he's a malicious person, but if I killed someone in self-defense, I would have still. That doesn't change the fact that I killed them. They're still dead, but that doesn't make me a malicious person. So I'm not attacking his character. I'm just stating people's lives were lost. I mean, if you look at it from a Christian standpoint, it's all murder. If you take someone's life, you take your own life, it's murder. You know.
Okay.
No, Christian standpoint. Only three times you can take someone's life. That's in times of war, capital punishment, self-defense. It is not murder.
Relax. Don't do it.
No, I'm not. I'm relaxed. I'm just saying. I mean,
Not you.
Let's face it. I mean, the guy ran after him after threatening to kill him, and he attacked and he lunged at him. Now I think the 4 shots was a little bit much because, but at the same time, we're talking about a 17-year-old boy who was in the middle of a mob, and he acted reflexively. The other guy, Anthony Huber, attacked him, hit him once already with a skateboard, came at him again and tried to grab the weapon, and he got shot for his effort. Grosskreutz had a weapon in his hand aimed at Kyle Rittenhouse's head, and he got shot in the bicep.
I don't know, man. For the people who attack
This whole
him,
penis
if I'm
thing
in a
is
crowded
just insane.
place and I see some random person walking with a gun, I'm gonna feel threatened.
Okay. And NYC, I'm gonna ask you a quick question here. So in your situation, you said if you see someone walking with a gun, you'd feel threatened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm living in New York City where there's a bunch of unregistered weapons around.
Right.
You know what's happening with those.
Right. I used to live in New York myself. So I would ask you, in that situation, would you run towards someone with a gun, or
I
would
wouldn't
you run
attack
away?
them, but I would definitely feel threatened. And when someone feels threatened, like you said, they act reflexively.
Okay.
Awkward.
Okay. And I just want to hear from YK for a little bit. So if you guys let YK talk, YK, did you want to say anything?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
I just feel like this whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, it's been upsetting me. You know, it's really been tearing me down. You know, a lot of things don't really get to me, but this whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, I haven't really been able to sleep. I haven't been eating much. I just can't believe he's still out here. You know, I'm not scared of him in a way. I just can't believe that the justice system would do something like this. You know, like I said, my father wrongfully accused and whatnot, and we have things like this going on.
Your father
Like white children, I just think it's a little much. You know, I think I want to move out of America, but I can't, and it's hard.
I think you're watching too much of the media. I mean, let's face it. When we look
No,
at
I read what happened.
like CNN,
I read what happened and what he did, and then he got all charges dropped.
yes, because it was self-defense.
It wasn't.
How was it not self-defense?
How you can explain to me first?
No, I mean, you said it wasn't self-defense. How was it not self-defense?
Well, you're disagreeing with me, so you can explain.
No, you sat there disagree with me. You said
Okay,
it was
but I
not
spoke my
self-defense.
opinion first.
I'm asking how it wasn't.
I don't know why you're
self-defense.
so aggressive. The other guy was pretty cool. You're just a fat dick, fucking bitch ass, fat ass, old ass man. You piece of shit. You fucking fat cracker piece of shit. You probably don't like black people. You're probably fucking racist. You're happy Kyle Rittenhouse is walking. You stupid racist fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
You
I am
fucking
glad
suck
Kyle
my
Rittenhouse is
dick.
walking
All
around.
right,
Suck my
okay.
dick. Yo,
I am
very
you
glad
post.
Kyle
You
Rittenhouse
post. This
walked
guy's
out.
being crazy.
Hold on, guys. I
You
lost.
post. He's going crazy.
Can you guys hear me?
He's being so aggressive. I can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay,
This
so
This guy's being so aggressive while I'm trying to talk.
I understand, YK. Hold on. All right, so I lost connection.
It's getting insane. He was doing it with Just Pray too. Can we get him out of here, dude?
Hold on. Time out. Everybody, time out. Listen, I was listening to YK, and we're gonna listen to YK for a second. Okay, I lost connection. I apologize for that. It's shitty internet. I apologize. Let's all listen to YK's explanation about the Kyle Rittenhouse. I do apologize for disconnecting, but again, we're gonna hear out each other and have a discussion. No interruptions, and I'll go ahead and hear you out. So let me hear you out.
I just feel like it's insane how he went out and did what he did and got all charges dropped, acquitted. I think it's ridiculous. Like I said, my father was wrongfully accused and was sentenced to life. I lost my father.
Did that shit.
Like he does this and charges dropped. I understand. Okay, you can argue self-defense, but he still shot 2 people, 3 people, and charges dropped. Like he did nothing. He had no right with that gun.
Okay.
Well, last time I checked, this is still America. Everybody still had a Second Amendment right.
Last time I checked, you
which
sucking on
includes
this
the right to
fat ass
self-defense.
cock, nigga. It's like my fucking dick, pussy.
Hey,
Whoa.
just
Yeah,
pray,
I'm
just
good.
pray, just pray, just pray,
Now,
please.
Just pray,
now
dude.
that's not cool.
I had an outburst. My bad. I've got.
See, I'm not talking to you that
It's
way.
all right. You released.
I'm not talking to you that way. Treat me with respect. I'll treat you with respect.
All right. So, Hawkman, what were you saying?
I said that last time I checked, everybody still has Second Amendment right to self-defense, and that's what part of the Second Amendment is the right to self-defense.
Okay.
And these guys got killed because of their actions, not because he went out looking for trouble. They didn't have to attack that kid, but they did, and they died for their own choices, not because Kyle Rittenhouse decided, well, I didn't like that dude, I'm going to kill him. They died because of the choices they made to attack somebody who was armed. That's all there is to it.
Right. Okay. And just pray, did you want anything to say in regards to these statements?
No, I mean, he seems to be a closed book already. There's nothing more you could add to his database. This man seems to think he knows everything because he's a fat fucking piece of shit. That fucking bitch. If I saw him, I'd fucking kill him. I'd smack the shit out
Stupid
of him.
ass nigga.
Then they go, yo, YK, shut the fuck up, you whole ass nigga.
What did I do?
You fucking talking when I'm talking. I thought we're talking one at a time.
You post help.
Yo, shut the fuck
Everybody,
up. Shut the
everybody,
fuck up, YK.
all right, everybody calm down. Y'all are
It's getting crazy.
Okay, time out. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, right? All right, so let me ask you guys about the gun opposition. For those who say, this is what we're going to do, okay? Because I can see things are getting heated, all right? So this is what I'm going to say. What do you think about Kyle Rittenhouse being there with the gun? Do you think it was right or do you think it was wrong?
It was totally wrong.
Okay.
I think he's right.
He had no reason being there. He's 17 years old.
So,
Okay.
The kid's in school.
I fuck 17-year-olds. They shouldn't be out there in a riot.
Oh my God.
that's something I wouldn't admit to.
I mean, it is a statute of
No,
limitations
but you
in certain
understand,
places.
though?
So,
He's 17. He has no fucking reason being there. Like, where are his parents? What is he doing? He has school. He's in school. He's 17. He has no reason to be there.
He's home.
He put himself in that
He's already
situation.
What's
He's
up,
already
man?
graduated. He's already graduated homeschool.
Yeah,
He's
that's what
he's
they all
homeschooled.
say.
He graduated.
The good old homeschool.
No, just
Even
because
that,
you
he's
don't.
17 years old. He has no reason
So?
to be there. He knowingly put himself
He's
in a
old-
dangerous environment. He's not
He's
autistic.
old. He's old enough. Hold on. He's old enough to go to war and die for this country.
But he's not in the army.
Why does he not have a right to act as a civil defender?
What is he doing with that big ass gun going over there? It's obviously premeditated.
Hold on. Okay. All right. So here's my argument in regards to the people saying it's premeditated.
A fucking racist little white boy.
Had no reason carrying a AR, right?
Fucking little cracker. Like Hawkeye over here.
Hold on a second.
Hold on
a second.
Yo, right? You post. I'm tired
G-Tag.
of these fucking white boys getting away with murder. You feel me, nigga?
G-Tag.
Listen, YK.
G-Tag.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Feel me,
Hawkman.
man,
Hold
nigga.
on. Time out.
G-Tag.
All right.
How far
Yo, get this crack out this fucking stream,
A few
nigga.
years, right? I mean, you go back a few years, right?
Yo, the niggas ain't fucking with you, my guy.
YK.
I'm sorry. I'll chill. Alright, tee up. Chill.
Okay.
You can't go back a few years. I've never said anything that would ever could be considered racist. because I don't go that way. I'm sorry.
So here's the
You're
thing.
rooting for Kyle Rittenhouse.
Here's
You're
the thing.
obviously racist, ignorant, etc.
YK, I've already explained to yourself. I think the verdict was correct, right? In
We
my
just need to
opinion.
get these white boys out of here and start over with the whole country.
Yo, I see someone hating on me in the chat.
Yo, you
Have
post.
your
You
wish.
feel me, bro? We need to kill all these honkies.
No,
Someone have
sir.
your
No,
wish.
sir.
We need to start over.
We don't agree with that. Okay.
You
we
know
have
you
a we
too,
have
my
a we have
nigga.
a discussion. We have a
Yo, my
discussion.
nigga, I know you feel me, dog.
Listen. YK, listen. I'm gonna tell you why I think it's okay for him to have that gun.
These white boys keep getting away with murder, dog. Shit get me tight.
I'm gonna tell you why I think it's okay for him to have that gun.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now I'm gonna use an analogy here. Now I want you all to listen through the whole thing. Now tell me you're about to go to a party, okay? And you buy a condom, and you say, "I hope I get laid tonight," and you happen to get laid.
Nigga like me, I know.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
All right.
YK, don't say that. Listen, I will tell you why. If you go ahead and buy a condom and you happen to get laid that night, guess what? You are prepared. You're prepared.
What is that 17-year-old cracker doing?
Listen to the analogy, sir. Listen to the analogy, sir. Listen to the rest of the analogy, sir.
Go to a party with a condom.
Listen to the rest of the analogy, sir. Listen to the rest of the analogy, sir. Listen to the rest of the analogy, sir. You're not letting me finish.
Boys keep getting away with this shit.
You're not letting me finish.
All right.
All right. So now tell me this. Tell me if you say I'm gonna go buy a condom, I'm going to a party, and I know I'm getting laid tonight. One thing you're saying is that you're gonna go ahead and fuck somebody without consent or with consent. You know you're getting laid tonight, right? How can you confirm that? You bought a condom. You didn't get anyone's consent, right? So tell me if you went to that party and got laid because someone said, "Oh yeah, I consent." Would it be okay if somebody said, "Oh no, you raped that girl," or that dude, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and say anybody out there who may swing that way, it's fine. Oh no, you raped that girl, you raped that dude. Would it be okay for them to say that?
Yes.
It would be okay for them to say that, Just Pray?
Yes.
That you raped that person?
I think more people should say it.
More people should say it?
Has anyone ever told you look like John Jones?
I hear a lot of things.
Look him up. You definitely look like John Jones.
I hear a lot of things. Hold on. We have another person here. Let me see. 702. All right, 702. We're going to bring you in. Here we go. 702, can you introduce yourself?
Shout out John Connor. Shout out John Connor. Someone who gets it.
Okay, the whole point is Kyle was down there working, and I watched this from the very beginning. First off, I've watched this from the very beginning. So the thing is, they were all down there with weapons, protecting private property they were trying to prevent vandalism. Okay, that was the reason they were there. That's number one. Number one. Two, in every one of these protests, stuff has been getting vandalized.
But isn't
yes
what
or
they
no?
were doing vigilantism, if that's the defense?
No. They were down there protecting private property. They were on private property when it started.
What about the people that went and showed
Shout
up?
out Mr. 7-Digit. Shout out Mr. 7-Digit.
My whole point is that's where it started. They were down there protecting private property, and people were going physical.
He got a spinner making it
with these. They were going physical. Clearly, these people were not scared. They got shot. Clearly, these people were not scared.
I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to anyone on here.
Okay,
I'm not talking to anyone on here. I was responding to a
text.
Hey,
702, 702. I'm going to pause everybody for a second. All right, so here's the thing. As I said before, this is an open discussion. Okay?
Yo, I'll mute my mic. I was responding to a text.
I understand what you're saying.
Yo, my nigga, my fault.
All right, I understand what you're saying. I'm going to make this statement, okay? This is an open discussion. We're not here to attack each other, okay? We're not here to go ahead and call each other names. We're not here to call each other racist, fat, niggas, whatever. It don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? We're not here to call each other names. We're here to have an open discussion and get an understanding. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's what we're doing here. We're not here to call each other, each and every things and attack each other and tell each other to get the fuck out of here. Okay? That's not what we're here to do. We're trying to have a respectful conversation with each other. And that's what we need to have to do to try and understand the void in this America that we have. All right. It is what it is. Things happen. You don't agree with it. That's fine. Let's have a discussion as to why we don't agree with it, and let's find a go ahead and middle ground as to how we can go ahead and correct this type of shit. Okay. It's no
all
more
right, my nigga, I got
it,
you.
okay.
Oh, my fault.
Okay.
My fault.
So if I hear any more attacking towards, you know, any female or any guy saying, oh, he's a racist, he's a nigga, he's a this bitch, this, that, I'm sorry, man, we can't keep doing that. We can't keep interrupting each other. We have to hear each other out.
Yo,
and
you
I'm
post.
and to clarify, I'm no way a racist because I actually marched with Black Lives Matter during all of this. So I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear that. Okay. The biggest thing is the bottom line is the prosecutor didn't bring a good prosecution to the case. They didn't have enough evidence to be able to get a guilty verdict. They didn't. No matter how you want to shape it around or move it or say this should have been done to this or that. The fact is you weren't there. You weren't the prosecutor. You didn't have the evidence to bring up the case. That's it. That's all there is to it. There wasn't enough evidence for a prosecution, period. It never should have been brought to court. They jumped the gun before they had all the evidence brought in by the police departments. Even the federal government doesn't want to touch it. But we're all feeding in to the mainstream media getting all upset. Oh, this should have happened. The thing is, our government wants to take away our Second Amendment rights because of all this. They want to yank our guns. They want to confiscate our guns.
Hey, you've been talking for mad long. Can I tell you how I feel?
Go ahead.
I feel like my niggas in the hood selling rock ain't getting enough attention. You feel me? Me and my niggas already made it out the hood, but my niggas still in the hood ain't getting enough attention. They selling all this crack, making mad bread. Shout out Quan, Don, Pablo. It's making mad bread, selling rock, crack.
All right, YK.
I feel like people in this world don't get enough attention sometimes. You know, all the attention is going to the right wing.
So, YK, may I ask you this?
I'm being honest. I'm speaking my mind. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not calling niggas crap.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm asking you a question.
Oh.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
What's up?
How does this pertain to the Kyle Rittenhouse situation?
I'm telling you.
I'll ask again. How does it pertain to the Kyle Rittenhouse situation and or the Ahmaud Arbery situation?
Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Even though you was the only nigga being nice to me, you a bitch ass nigga. I'm a snake.
Hey,
you can't expect no one.
Hey, man.
I'm my only homie.
I'll be whatever you call me, sir. I'll be whatever you call me, sir.
Shout out that dumbass homie.
But you know what?
702. I'm sticking my cock in your pussy. Ho,
I won't ever attack you.
YK, shut up.
Make you bust, ho.
Shut up, YK.
Yeah, it's good. He's out. Yeah. Yeah, guys, as you know, I don't usually like clicking people. Unfortunately, it was just regurgitation there. There was nothing beneficial there. Sorry. If it wasn't pertaining to the discussion, I'm sorry. It just didn't go anywhere. And that's the first person I ever had to kick from the stream because, as I said, it went nowhere.
I hate to drag the conversation in another direction, but the title also talks about the Ahmaud Arbery case, and I was hoping we could discuss that a little bit.
Yeah, we can. We definitely can.
That I think is absolute. I think that's a good case of murder. I'm sorry, you're right. You don't chase down a guy and then claim self-defense.
Yeah, I mean the video for that one really spoke for itself. They jumped out, blasted him. It's disgusting.
Yeah. And like I was saying, we were going to get into the Ahmaud Arbery case so that way we can always see two different sides of how things happened, right? If you watch the Kyle Rittenhouse, he was chased, right? He retreated, and then he pulled his gun and fired after he retreated. Hawkman, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you.
Sorry about that. My kid said there came to torture me.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, like, the Kyle Rittenhouse, he was running. Someone chased him. Again, Kyle defended himself. Ahmaud Arbery, he was running. Someone chased him. And they shot him. Right? Now, in between that, they're trying to, and I say this is my only concern about the Ahmaud Arbery case, is that people are going to try and say that it was self-defense based off a minute portion of that video where Ahmaud Arbery was backed. I'm gonna say he's backed into a corner because down the road it was no exit. They're going to try and say, well, why didn't he keep running? And my response to that is humans have lungs. Humans get tired of running eventually. Sorry, we're going to stop. And whenever you draw someone to the point where they can't retreat anymore, they have to attack, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think in this case, if they do not find those McMichaels guilty, then it's a huge farce in the legal system.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I think 702 should suck on this fat ass cock. I can make her squirt.
Hey, just pray. Just pray.
Dog.
Just pray.
No. Real shit. Real shit. I can make her squirt.
No, sir.
Her ass. She be loving that.
One more time. Pink, I'm making her squirt all night. She's screaming my name.
All right. Well,
just pray.
Not interested. Thank you.
There we go. There we go. I've already said it. I set it down already. I said this is what I'm expecting from our community. Whenever you join in here, be respectful. Just NYC pray. If I bring you in here one more time and you keep on going, look, I'm telling you, it's just going to be a permanent ban afterwards. Sorry, man. I just said it. I said what I said. And you're just disrespecting me. You're disrespecting the community. And I said, we're trying to find a middle ground here. And you want to keep on up with that, man. What do you want to say?
My bad, dog. My bad. I got mad horny.
Just pray. You think I'm not playing, man? Would you respect?
I know you're not playing, dog.
Would you respect if I went into your house and said stuff like that to your mother?
I would love that.
No, serious. Would you respect if I said that to your mother?
Yeah, because you look like John Jones, dog. You're gonna put me in a Kimura if I say anything back.
No, would you? No, I'm dead serious. Would you be respected if I said that to your mother or your sister or anything like that? Your brother, cousin?
I'm dead serious, dog. You look like you're 3 times the size of me, and you'd beat my ass. So I'm gonna respect anything you say.
Nah, you won't respect that.
Yo, respect this dick going into 702 in and out, dog. I'm making squirt.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. I'm a very fair person, like I said.
Well, Ahmaud Arbery, that case, that right there. I think they're going to end up finding that guy guilty.
Should be, but I think both of them. I think they're trying. How many people are trying? I know there's 2 people, father and son, and I thought I heard something about a third person. But so here's my problem: who has not ever walked past a construction site and been a little bit curious to see what they're building?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
They had no reason to believe that he was stealing anything. Suspicion is not a crime. They can sit there and say, well, he was nosing around the construction site and, we just want to make sure he wasn't stealing anything. Cool, fine. But unless you have absolute proof he did anything, they had no business chasing that man for nothing.
Exactly. I agree.
The Michaels deserve to go to prison. I don't care if they sit there and say, well, we were cops or, we have a cops mentality. I don't care. I mean, if they're going to sit there and play that kind of a game, then I hope to God they enjoy the general population because that's what they're going to get.
Now, if the jury of the Ahmaud Arbery case found these guys not guilty, now that would be a crime. That would be a problem.
Yeah, that'd be true.
That would be a real problem. So
that's a travesty because Kyle Rittenhouse was cut and dry, self-defense, no way around it. All the video shows it. Even the defenses, even the prosecution's own witnesses proved it was self-defense. But now you come up with Ahmaud Arbery. You see the video where he's being chased down in a pickup truck. The guy pulls a shotgun. Where's the self-defense? They had no business. They had no expectation that he was going to do anything to them. They're in a pickup truck. He's on foot. They had a gun. He did not. If they come back with not guilty, I'd be very surprised. I'll be honest with you. I'd be very surprised because that would blow my mind right there. The proof that they have on them, the evidence that's presented, there's just no way they could ever say that.
That would be a shock if they came back with a not guilty, but that would definitely be a reason for people to stand up and rise and say, look, this is wrong. This should not have happened. Like I said, I support the situation with Kyle Rittenhouse and the decision that the jury made, because they were only allowed to go by the evidence. Okay. And that's why they spent 4 days combing over that evidence again and again, and then asking the judge, making sure what the rules were, what they could go with, what they couldn't. They could only go by what the prosecution gave them. They're not even supposed to enter into what they got on the news before they became jurors. They have to take that and block that out of their head. And they can only base it on the evidence presented. That's it. That's all there was to it. And they went based on what was presented. That's where they came up with the innocent, verdict. So, you can't get mad when the system works. It seems like everyone gets mad when the system does work and when it doesn't work. So which is it? We can't have it both ways.
No, you can't. I mean, you look at how it's being portrayed as a racist. There's no proof he's ever racist.
You see,
the 3 guys he shot were white.
What sucks is that the other 2 individuals in here who probably disagreed with the verdict, unfortunately they just couldn't contain themselves, and that's fine, man. That's your freedom of speech, man. But again, we're not going to have that here. We're trying to have a discussion. My second question was, if Kyle had been a person of color, again, he is Mexican, but if he had been a person of color, or black passing or whatever, would you be upset of the same results?
No. Self-defense is self-defense. Nope, no offense, but I don't care what your color is.
It was pretty cut and dry in the video that it was a self-defense. So then and unfortunately the defense proved their case. It's pretty cut and dry.
Well, the prosecution's witnesses proved the case for the defense. I mean, look what they did to Grosskreutz on stand. He has 10 million reasons why Kyle Rittenhouse should have been convicted.
Hey, Mr. 7 Digits, would you like to join in? And again, like you said, like I say, man, we won't attack you. And again, I'll listen and I'll hear you out. But again, any type of outburst, I don't really condone people talking to like people unfairly like that, like saying, suck my dick, shit like that. Again, we're trying to have a discussion. So if you want to join and share your opinion as to why you believe anything may be in disagreements, I'd welcome you in and hear you out. Again, it's just we're trying to have a discussion and keep the conversation going. We can't have a conversation with people trying to insult each other and just being that way. I'm sorry, we just can't have it. So
here's the thing that I thought was most interesting in the prosecution's case. They refused to allow the jury to hear about the people who got shot, their backgrounds. That would have made a huge difference in the deliberation time. Because we already know that Rosenbaum, through testimony, was off his meds, and the meds that he had received had not taken effect. He had major mental issues. Plus the fact he was a 5-time convicted child rapist of children between 9 and 11.
Yeah,
Anthony Huber, Anthony Huber was had a lot of domestic violence in his background, up to and including putting a knife to his sister's throat if she didn't do if she did not do what he told her to do, and threatened to burn his whole family out of their house. And then Grosskreutz, he's a socialist who was already in trouble for DUI and several other things. and was carrying his handgun illegally that night in Kenosha because his license to conceal carry had expired. And he's the one who presented the most egregious threat to Kyle Rittenhouse at that night, because he's the one who had a gun pointed at his head, and he got off the lightest with his arm being shot. And that's where I think there's so much prosecutorial misconduct in this case, and so many mistakes that the defense made in this case. I mean, I'm glad he got not found not guilty, because I agree with that. But I do believe if he had a better defense and did not have the misconduct on the prosecution side, because you got to remember, up to a year, this was a year until this case was brought before court. All during that year, the ADA Binger had been trashing this kid in the media, and on local and on the U.S. stage, trashing him as
during the presidential race, they were doing it. Here goes Brandon talking about how he's a white supremacist and this and that and and this kid should be prosecuted. I mean, our government is to yank guns. That's what they want to do. They want to remove our Second Amendment because they say that our Constitution is outdated and needs to be updated to today's standards, not when our country was created. So their whole agenda is to change everything because of all the shootings. We had a shooting here in Vegas. We've had a shooting in Texas. We've had a shooting in Colorado. I mean, this is just a consistent thing that's going across the board. And all that's doing is it's making our government think, oh, we got to rethink this. This isn't working so well for us. When that shooting happened last year with Rittenhouse, that was just another reason for our government to put it on the main stage saying, this guy's a racist. He's this, he's that. He had a gun he shouldn't have had. Then they tried to say the federal government should get involved. Federal government wanted no part of it because he did not take a gun across state lines. His dad lived in Kenosha.
Correct.
So it really, if we're going to talk about who needs to be disciplined, why haven't they disciplined his dad? He's an underage kid in possession of a weapon. Why haven't they gone after his dad for him being out after curfew and him being in possession of a weapon?
Yeah, I did look up the reason why they dismissed that charge, and I was really surprised they dismissed it because I was like, oh, he's going to get the gun charge, like he's going to get that gun charge, and turns out there's other bylaws in Kenosha that permitted him to carry that gun. And I didn't know that. And I was like, wow, I learn something new every day. And one of those is, and people say hunting. Hunting is one reason to, for a minor to have a gun. Also target practice. And a lot of people are glancing over the fact that also security purposes is one of those reasons. Also, the gun can't be configured in a pistol format. That's one of those things. It has to be a rifle format, which means in my state, it's 16 inches, right? For a rifle. Yeah, 16 inches or above. And that's what the bylaws say. He can carry that gun within a certain length and for certain purposes. So because he was with a group, it can easily be stated that it was for security purposes.
Yep.
Which is why, again, like the prosecutor should have brought some type of evidence saying like, okay, well, what are you securing? Well, we were securing each other. Okay, well, what? And this would have been my argument. What are you securing? Well, we were securing each other in property. Okay, so why were you not near anyone during this shooting? If you're securing each other, why were you separated from the party?
And can I interject one more thing here?
Yes.
This is what got me is the DA rushed these charges as fast as he could without having all the evidence in play.
Yeah, he did
because they still hadn't gotten everything done from the police department. They hadn't finished their investigation. He just rushed to make charges without making sure every one of them charges could stick.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That he could prove each and every one of those elements that were required to make those charges stick.
Right.
Correct.
And that's what I say. I'm glad that he got off on the murder charges because like I said, that was self-defense in general, in my opinion. No matter how you look at it. And I was looking at it and say, he's going to get the gun charge. And I was saying in my head, he's going to get the gun charge. And then I found out it was dropped. And the reason why I found out it was dropped is because there's certain bylaws that he took. And also the prosecutor, like you said, didn't do his due diligence to go ahead and like take the time to look into how he can make an argument to put Kyle, in that situation, be guilty. And again, like I said, go ahead.
If he had done that, if he would have taken the time to do everything the right way, he might have secured at least a conviction of something, of one of those charges. But he was so quick to appease the media. He was so quick to appease our government officials that he did not use good judgment in this case. Throughout the case, he every time he turned around, he was having conflict with the judge because he was trying to bring things in that were inadmissible to the case. And that was what really started to screw where his case really went downhill.
I don't think no matter how long he did it, or how long he investigated, or how long it took, that he could ever got a conviction. Because Wisconsin has some of the most robust self-defense laws in the country. So no matter how he looked at it, I think this case is always doomed to fail for the prosecution. Simply for the fact that Wisconsin self-defense laws are so robust and so far-reaching that there's no way he could work around it. He tried. I grant you that he did try to work around them, but when it came down to it, it's self-defense, and there's no way you can get this guy on murder. I mean,
now,
Texas
does anybody believe though that this guy, this prosecutor, should be brought up on some sort of judicial misconduct for his handling of this case?
In my that's a real tough question.
Most definitely.
That's a real tough question for me. I really, I'd have to look and actually take a little bit more time. And I know my impulse is saying yes, but to be fair, I'm going to say I'd have to look into, more of his reasoning for even pursuing these charges. You know what I mean? Just to be fair, I couldn't say he deserves to be fired or, whatever, or even looked at. But again, he was a great defense for Kyle.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's put it this way. I think the reasoning is pretty clear, and this is my opinion. Since the time Kyle was indicted within 48 hours after the shooting, this guy spent a year trying to get him put back in jail after he got bailed out. He was trying to give away. He was trying to tell people where he was because he was getting active death threats at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get information on where Kyle was because the defense had him hidden away. He was slaughtering this kid in the media, on the local news and everything, and was trying to bias the jury pool.
And I think the judge saw into that, and I think that's why the judge ruled the way he did. That Kyle has never not made it to court. Kyle has never not done what he's supposed to do by the terms of his bail. Mm-hmm. And so I think he saw into what the DA was trying to do, and being the fact that there were active death threats against him, that's why they had him in a safe house, was because to protect their client.
Yes, but see, the most egregious thing I saw was the trying to impeach his right to the Fifth Amendment, his Fifth Amendment rights in open court. That was the most egregious thing I ever saw. Because everybody has that right to against self-incrimination. And then he tried to turn it into he tried to make Kyle Rittenhouse look guilty because he remained silent. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, that kind of disturbed me in the case too. That really did disturb me because he kept incriminating when he had Kyle up on the witness stand. He kept kind of incriminating him, going, "But you stayed silent. You didn't talk. You didn't do anything you were supposed to do." And I'm sorry, but there is a reason why there's a Fifth Amendment. Your right to remain silent.
Exactly.
Especially until you have an attorney review the case. And I believe at the time he didn't have an attorney, when he spoke to the police. They were just in the process of getting that. So to use that against somebody and make it seem like a crime because you didn't offer information, because you remained silent, you held to your Fifth Amendment, that to me was wrong. That should never have happened. That should never, no person on trial should be made to feel guilty if they chose not to speak up.
Correct.
You know what I mean? They chose their Fifth Amendment.
So I'm gonna go on to the Ahmaud Arbery case here a little bit, and I just want to share a moment that was probably one of the most baller shit I've ever seen in a argument here and across can't even think right now. I'm losing my mind. But there was one point where after the McMichaels went up there and his testifying there, there was a lady who was in the community who said she uses the Facebook app and joined the group and made a joke about sitting in the car and waiting for people to come by and try and rob them and popping and say, "Oh, hello," which I thought was the most useless point of having someone there. And the prosecutor did ask, what is the purpose of this person being here? And the defense said, well, we just want to know. I want to hear her opinion on here and, hear what she has to say about the crimes that were going on in the city, so that way we can just get an example of what's going on in the city. And after they did their thing, prosecutor says, okay, well, we're done. And the assistant prosecutor came up and said, okay, ma'am, so may I ask you, do you think theft is deserving of the death penalty? And immediately she said that. Objection, Your Honor. What the, and I knew that she did this. And I was watching. I knew that she did this because she posed it as a question. She posed it as a question while the jury was there. Do you think it is okay to, kill someone based off of potential theft? And immediate objection because the defense already knew that's a fucking loaded question that's going to sway the jury in one direction. And I was like, man, she fucking did that. And as soon as she objected, she says, I withdraw my question and just sat back down, knowing that it's already been put out there in the ether. I thought that was the most baller shit ever.
It is.
And I want to know what your opinion is of that.
That's someone grasping at straws, to be honest with you. Because now if you have got facts, now you got to try to sway the feelings of the jury. And that's where you're desperate. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you've seen this channel. It's a guy called Nate the Lawyer.
I think I've seen him before. I think I have.
Yeah, he's a black lawyer. I mean, this guy is just. You may not always agree with him, but the man does know his stuff. And he's been paying particular attention to this case. And I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of stuff that people don't realize, or people never consider, until you take a moment to stop, put yourself in the shoes of the defense and the prosecutors, and say, "Wow, there's just some things I did not realize." Now, do I think they'll get like a death penalty for the murder of Arbery? Probably not. I think they do. I think they should. One of them should for sure.
They probably won't get the death penalty, but again, like I said, I do think they should be found guilty of murder. Do we know if Ahmaud Arbery's state was a death penalty state by any chance?
Georgia, yes, that's death penalty.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Georgia.
I definitely think they should get, life, I think they should be found guilty. And this is just my opinion. Again, my opinion sways nothing in regards to the actual outcome of either cases. Again, it's just my opinion. And unfortunately, I just really think if they aren't found guilty, then there really is a big flaw in the justice system.
Well, see, now, let's look at some of the stuff that's been happening. I mean, you had that one guy who got shot by cops after he fired a taser.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thought that was racist. How is that racist when you got what Georgia law says is a deadly weapon, and you're firing it at police officers? How do you expect them to respond? And
right. I think didn't the prosecutor actually claim that the taser was a deadly weapon?
Yeah, taser. Well, by Georgia law, it's a deadly weapon.
Yeah, by Georgia law, it's kind of like it's hard to say that you can't say that the officers weren't justified in using deadly force when you yourself consider the force that you use considered as a deadly weapon. So yeah, I get what you're saying there.
I mean, I think. Well, now, in all fairness, I think the guy was intoxicated.
Right.
I think in his clouded state of mind, I think what was going on was, well, I'm just going to outrun these old boys and get on my way. And
right.
I don't.
Yeah, and
if he'd been cold sober, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, in hindsight, and this is my point of view, I really think this is how the cops should have handled it. They should just let that man run off, read the license plate off his car, figure out where he stays, issue a warrant, pick him up later on in the morning. Like, fuck it. He got out. All right, we'll pick him up in the morning. We got his car here. Like, it is what it is. But again, I mean, we can't expect anything legal wise to go whichever way we want it to go, because again, like, it's a split decision. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what they were thinking at the time, if they wanted to kill him at the time, if they were just like, split second decision, if they were like, we could let him go, but why would we do that when we could just wound him now? I mean, he did fire the weapon. It is what it is.
Okay, I think cops are too heavy-handed in most instances.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the guy that was running away from a cop, and they shot him in the back. What was the point in that?
Yeah, there's no point to shoot someone in the back with no weapon.
That was murder.
Yeah.
Freddie Gray got choked out. For what? So
here's my question. I'm looking at, because I went back and watched the video of Ahmaud Arbery,
mm-hmm.
and he was running. He was jogging.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, this was about race. This wasn't about that he did anything wrong. This was about race. And they're down in the South, in Georgia. And I'm sorry, but this guy didn't do anything to deserve to be killed. This was 100% these three men obviously wanting to have a little fun, and they did. And in their mind, they did, because they killed him. There was no reason to kill him. If you have an issue with something somebody's doing, call the police. That's what they're there for. Call them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There was no reason to hunt him down. The one guy, William Roddy Bryan, was the guy that filmed the entire situation. He was a part of all those. He's one of the three that were arrested. And I went back and watched the video, and this is absolutely disgusting.
Oh yeah,
they
definitely.
hunted him down like a dog, and they killed him. Yeah. And all he was doing was jogging through the neighborhood. That's it.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of like I said, I do think they should be found guilty, 100%, 100%. And I think it's kind of sick where people say, "Well, Ahmaud Arbery wasn't just jogging," and it's okay. Well, what was he doing? Well, he was stealing. I said, okay, what did he steal? And what I want to do is
nobody can bring up what he stole.
Right, no one can bring up anything. Oh, did he steal anything? Okay, what did he steal? And no one can answer that. No one can answer that.
He wasn't stealing. It was because he was a black man jogging through probably a predominantly white neighborhood, and somebody took offense to it. And I would not be surprised if anybody digs deep on any one of these three men. You've got to know that there's got to be some sort of Ku Klux Klan in their background or some sort of white supremacy. I will bet you that they've got something in there.
Well, you don't have to be a member of a group to be a white to be racist.
That's true.
Be a member of a
That's
group.
true.
So there may not be much, but the McMichaels, I think, would be the ones that you'd want to concentrate on, because something about them was they were more vehement against this guy when they chased him down.
Because none of their questions that they were asked by law enforcement, when I went back and looked at all the video cams, they can't even answer a straight question about what did this guy do? What did he take? If he stole something, what did he take? What was he eyeing? They can't give straight answers. They're trying to cover their ass on something they know damn well they shouldn't have done in the first place.
Well, you do know that the original prosecution, didn't investigate it until, months after Ahmaud Arbery was dead, because, there was a conflict of interest. There's a huge conflict of interest. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. America would probably never have known about the situation if the prosecutor was like, hey, I have to relieve myself of this case because I have a conflict of interest. And they're like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Because it happened months after he was found dead by police.
And here's the biggest problem with the South. And I don't like to bring up past history, but with the South, how often in the South has a white man been found guilty of killing a black man? How often? Not many. That's sucks. No. That's what sucks, because it took 26 years for Medgar Evers to get his right to justice. It took 26 years, and a wife that would not quit. She would not quit.
You have to look at that by state case, though, because we had a case in Texas. I think G-Tag might remember this, where a black guy was dragged to death behind a truck. You remember that one?
I don't remember that one. I heard of it. I just don't remember the outcome of it.
All three of those white kids got put in jail. They were all tried and found guilty of murder. Because all that guy was doing, he was just walking down a country road going home, and they grabbed him up chained him to the back of a truck, and dragged him to death.
Yeah, I remember hearing
that.
Was
shocking.
I know that was a while back. That was a while back. So I know back then I wasn't so far into politics. I was just more into like, I saw it on the news. Oh, that's fucked up. And I would never look at it again. Now, the age I am now, I look more into this shit because I'm interested in it. I'm like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. Let me find out what the fuck's going on. This needs to be addressed. I think more people need to be putting more effort and energy into the Ahmaud Arbery case and the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Because me personally, I think the Kyle Rittenhouse case was a distraction, right? I think it was a distraction, and more people need to be putting more, effort and energy into the other cases out here, right? Why is Ahmaud Arbery's case not just immediately just found? Hey, I know we got to go through a whole system here. We got to go through, a jury. We got to go through a jury of our peers. We got to go through the due process system. I understand that. Let's look at this video, and if you do not find them guilty, where was the issue that you found this person not guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they being treated differently? And this is why I walk around. I open carry everywhere I go, by the way. I've been stopped. I've been stopped probably like 2 or 3 times for it.
Again, high five, G-Tag. Constitutional carry.
Yeah. So I walk around with my gun out, perfectly fine. And every time a cop, comes up to me about it, they say, "Hey, man, we just have some people in the neighborhood. Just they're just wondering what you're doing." And I was like, yeah, you probably don't want to have that discussion because you know that I'm a black man, and if anything happens to this black man in public, it's going to look really, really bad on your department, especially since, I'm non-threatening. I'm sitting here minding my business. I'm not doing anything. I haven't talked to anybody. I'm just walking around, open carrying as much as any other white, Hispanic, or any other brown person may do here in Texas.
Yep.
Remember that video you put out where you were sitting in your car eating your lunch? You remember that?
Oh yeah. And funny thing is, I went back through that neighborhood and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. And as I've said before, please do not call people because you feel offended on my behalf. Okay. I've spoken to one of those individuals, the one who is trying to say, let's get in the car, let's go. That individual, I spoke to him, and turns out he's getting a bunch of hate mail, hate phone calls and everything. And I've heard one of those phone calls. I was like, hey man, that was a little bit much, right? Calm down, right? Like, we talked about it, and he even apologized. He said, you know what? I apologize for the neighborhood's actions. And he said, you know what? You can come here any other time, and I'll let you know that it's never going to happen again the same way. And we actually appreciate you coming here with your camera, because if something was to happen, you can capture it.
Well, here in Nevada, they have open carry. We have open carry. Some states have them, some states don't. But I just can't ever get why people freak out about cameras when you're out filming. I can't understand it. I'm like, do you realize there's cameras on every corner? I had one cop here in Vegas tell me, well, the difference is, and I'll be honest with you, I'll just be blunt. The reason that we don't have an issue with all of these other cameras is we can control the narrative on those cameras. On your camera, we can't control the narrative.
Right.
That's why you don't see, when Live PD was out and the only TV show that they ever allowed here in Vegas to film, Las Vegas Metro, was Cops, because there they can edit. They edit Cops.
Yeah.
Where Live PD is as it goes. And Metro doesn't like that because they want to be able to control the narrative. If they can't control the narrative, then they don't want you here filming. And they do it to us all the time. Every time any of us audit any of the department, they will literally find reasons to hem up an auditor in Las Vegas because they want to control the narrative. They can't let the truth be put out there because the truth makes them look like idiots. They don't like that.
Well, so you got a lot of channels that like to go after First Amendment auditors. Now, I grant you, there's a lot of them that, when you watch someone like G-Tag or the Matusai or Advocacy Press or Nasty Nathaniel, these guys are doing they know what they're doing.
Right.
They know their laws.
Yep.
They do.
Amagansett makes it a point to know his laws.
Well, he got arrested here recently for a law in Florida that they were told by a court
not to use because it was unconstitutional. Yeah,
that's correct. Now you have a channel out there called Vilified Freedom. Now he hates First Amendment auditors. I mean, he usually goes after the fringe element, the ones that do the soft sit kind of statements and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll attack people like Against Press if there's an arrest video. And I'm sitting there asking one time, why in the world did you cherry pick that video and not show the rest of the video where they were released because of the fact that they weren't supposed to be enforcing that law anyway? And they were on a public sidewalk. Well, they were filming students. Nope, there were no students that when they started. That school let out as they had the encounter, and yes, you had kids walking through the shop. You had high school kids walking through the shops. But again, there's no privacy. There's no privacy in public. What do you want him to do?
Exactly.
There are people who, it's either I agree that there are some of them that need to tone it down, that really go out there to start trouble.
Right. I think here's another situation. It's way off topic. I know this. I actually wanted to bring this up in a discussion, and I kind of want to ask everybody. There was recently a report of a man who was sexually assaulting a lady on a train while multiple people stood by and did nothing but record and are just bystand. They didn't interfere. And me personally, I was like, oh, that's fucked up. I would interfere in that situation, right? Because
yes, most definitely.
It's fucked up. And then I noticed that the police put out a report saying that somebody should have intervened in this situation. And I thought that was very hypocritical. Because if anyone knows the laws, we all know in that same situation, cops don't have to intervene.
No, they don't.
They don't have to intervene. They do not have to help you. They can sit there and watch just the same as those citizens have done. And does it make it right? No. Does it make it right? No. It's the way the law is. And me personally, I can't hold those people, accountable because, again, the law is that cops aren't accountable for it. If it was, I can't hold citizens to a higher standard of the cops.
Right.
If that makes sense. And pretty much people didn't like my opinion on that. And I said, I'm not saying I wouldn't step in because, again, I carry almost everywhere I go.
Yeah.
It would have been a bloody mess.
Well, see, here's I disagree with you a little bit, on that, because I think everybody has a duty to help their fellow man. That's just me. Well, I hold the cops to the same standard as I hold any other citizen. Hawkwind, if you see it going down, stand it, get in there and help.
Hawkwind, that's our morals. That's our morals, and this is where I'm gonna disagree with you. I can't hold any person above the standards of a cop. And I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you. I can't hold anybody above the standards of a cop.
Well, see, I see where you're coming from on what you're saying. I don't fully buy the fact that anyone should have stepped in my opinion. Anyone should have stepped in. I don't care if you're a cop. I don't care if you're a regular citizen. Heck, I don't care if you're fucking green, purple polka dots. Someone should have stepped in and said, "Hey, you need to leave that lady alone." Now, cops should have done it. I think the Supreme Court really screwed that case up when they rendered that opinion that cops do not have a duty to protect you. Then why are we paying them? Yep. That's what they're paid for, is to step in and to be that shield between that crime, and the regular people. That's their job. That's why they're armed. That's why they go through all these stupid courses to make sure they know the laws. They're supposed to be that shield between us and the criminal element.
ST, you said it right there. In my opinion, right there. I would feel obligated to, but no one would have the legal obligation to. And that's what people don't understand about how things are in this world. Like, I think if a lot of people knew that one statement, and that it's a true statement, it'd be very revealing to the world. Didn't Arbery go for a gun?
No.
He did punch the guy.
No, he did. He did try to grab the rifle. That was
self-defense.
Yeah,
Ahmaud Arbery was trying to keep from being shot.
Yeah, he was trying to grab he's trying to grab the barrel of the shotgun to keep it aimed away from his face and his body.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually armed.
Oh, guess who we got here today? Hold on. We got to introduce you. The one great, Mr. Joe Cool.
Joe!
That was good, baby. I was over there with K-Dot and saw you live. I was like, fucking my man, Joey. I know y'all know each other. I heard one of y'all reference the other one time. I said that you admired him. One of y'all said that about the other. I told him I was going to go over here and rap with you and all that.
Damn, Joe, long time no see, man.
Let me see who that shit is. Oh, go ahead, Joe! I ain't see you forever. Who else we got here? 702. Wait, that ain't News Night.
Yeah, that's me.
So, Joe Cool, man. All right. I know.
What up, my friend?
Hey, knucklehead.
Joe Cool, I know last time we just talked about this situation, the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, right?
Yeah.
We disagreed on it. We
Okay.
disagreed on it.
Very
right?
good.
Fair to say, we disagreed on it. We didn't like each other's opinions, and that was okay. We respected each other. We went our own way. It is what it is. Our opinions don't matter in this situation, right?
Agreed. It's
So,
just opinions.
Right. In your opinion, what is your thought on the verdict?
It might be a little extended. I thought that the case that they argued, he had to win, but it's kind of got some OJ shit to it. They focused on where he turned around and looked like Matt Damon and Born Identity and saved his own life. And that, yes, he's supposed to win that fucking case. But my bigger issue with it is that first cat that he shot, the unarmed guy. And then motherfuckers are like, hey, he shot somebody, chase him. And then he spin around, kill him like he's supposed to. It's like if, I don't know, I'm beating up a fucking woman, taking her purse, and then I take off running. They say, stop when he took her purse and you come at me with guns. I'm supposed to spin around, kill you and all of that shit. And all you focus on. But they were trying to kill him. They take away from the purse shit that I was snatching. I think what interested me more was that first unarmed guy he shot at the fucking place before he even got chased by the crowd. I agree with everything on the crowd afterward. I agree 1,000%. The man was a hero. They need a video game about the nigga. But that first person.
I'm not going to say that.
I don't go that far.
Okay, look. I'm going to say this. Kyle defended himself, right? He's not a hero, right? He's the person who defended himself.
My man.
I'm not gonna go as far to say anyone's a hero because he defended himself. That's what you should do. You should defend yourself.
All right.
I'm not gonna say, hey man, let's make a movie about this dude.
But the moves he had, bro. That nigga got out of that situation. That's incredible. He was getting chased by like 100 armed people. He survived. That's incredible. And that's the court he won. That's the battle he won in court.
Yeah, I would say this as well. It's fair to call him a killer. Murder, he's been found not guilty. So sorry. He is a killer.
I would not go by that logic. Another nigga ain't gonna dictate whether I think he's a murderer or not because 12 niggas just thought that shit.
Look, you can have your thought. I'm saying
my thought is
on
record is all that matters.
Is all that matters.
My thought is those shit is clear as day. You can't call a murderer by what you saw in fucking court. I remember when it first happened. All we talked about was the first guy that he had got into it with and threw a water bottle or a bag at him or something and run up on him like he wanted to fight. And Kyle whip out and shoot his ass. And then, the crowd, hey, get him, he shot somebody. So that one is up for debate. Here in Illinois, you're under the jail for that. You can't meet opposing force. He didn't have a knife, a gun, or nothing. You can't do that. In Illinois, you go to jail. But for some reason, and I think there's a hand at play here, the entire case is about where he looked great. I'm like, what kind of lawyers do you have? Surely this is a setup. I think.
So, I know I've been listening to a whole bunch of people argue about the Rittenhouse decision, and here's one thing I do, because as I told you before, Joe, I don't support any groups, right?
My man.
Right, and people don't understand why I don't support any groups. And
I can understand. Yeah,
I'm gonna explain to you why,
yeah.
And you probably understand why.
Yeah, I think so.
But Joseph Rosenbaum, the first person who was killed, right? I recently heard someone say Black Lives Matter, say their names, and they did the little thing like, hey, say their names. Ahmaud Arbery,
Breonna Taylor,
everybody. And then they said Joseph Rosenbaum. I said, look, I don't support a lot of groups, right? But out of respect, can you remove that dude's name? Like specifically that.
Oh wait, he wanted to call Rittenhouse dudes?
Yep.
Okay.
I said, look, can you remove that person's name? And thank you 702 for coming in, by the way. Because again, his history.
Yeah, it ain't the same. Don't compare this. Not even his history. I wouldn't give a fuck about their history. I never even took that into play. I saw that as a deflection every time motherfucker brought up immediately the people he killed. That means neither here nor there. He did not know their background when he pulled the trigger.
No.
But for your
You're right.
argument,
I'm saying do not put him in a prayer chant. You know what I mean?
yes. I assume, which one was he? I heard it was really bad. All three of the people he shot.
No. Well, Joseph Rosenbaum specifically, I will tell you, if you are going to say his name in the chant out of respect, I will say, nah, we good. I'm going the other way. Because this dude was been found guilty. He's been found guilty. He's been convicted of child rape.
Yeah.
Of 5 minor boys.
Well,
right. So that's why I tell people, I say, hey, before you start saying anything like, hey, say their names, like at least do a little research, because it makes it look really bad, in my opinion, that you're saying we're sticking up for this guy. I get it.
I would have loved
he was
all
killed.
of
that. Oh, you're good. You know,
you okay, Joe?
He's got that chronic.
When doesn't Joe have that chronic?
He's got that.
I would have left all their names out because that was not a clear cut like all those other examples. That is a bad example, period. Those 3 guys, shit, man. I don't know. 3 niggas chasing me with guns. I mean, a bunch of niggas chasing. That had to be the scariest shit in the world. They're armed. They're trying to take my weapon. That's different than a motherfucker shooting somebody through a window, unarmed person, choking a motherfucker out, unarmed person, giving spray at a nigga up with some drug and killing them who you already got cuffed, putting your knee on. Those are so different than that situation. For that reason, I leave all 3 of them
again, out. My thing is, it shouldn't be about a citizen versus another citizen. It should be the injustice between police versus the African American community, in my opinion. So therefore, when you're throwing in 3 white individuals into BLM, one who I say Joseph Rosenbaum, he was there to be antagonistic, in my opinion. He was there to use BLM as a tool to be antagonistic.
That's the cat who got shot in the forearm?
No, that's the first cat who got killed.
Okay, I was talking to the guy who got shot in the forearm. I don't know his name.
Gage Rosengort.
I was talking. You can see, you know their names.
Ghost Court.
10 minutes before he got shot, I was talking to him. He had a friend of mine.
Yeah, and like, you know, that's the thing. Is like we're changing it to like who should be accepted in this movement. I'm saying, okay, so I thought this was about Black Lives Matter, and like again, I don't even support many groups. And I'm saying, why are we sitting here trying to look for justice and putting in our time and praying for these people and putting them into the say their name prayer when one, you are, you know, when you do that, you also got to take in their past. You know, you can't just take in that one moment as if that's it. No, you got to take in their past.
Right? To some degree, I believe you got an argument there, and we certainly agree on the fucking larger issue about the Black Lives Matter shit, that y'all changing the issue and shit. But I got to be honest with you, it started off as cops are killing black people too much, and then it turned into some government, us versus the government shit, which it is now. You know, that anti-vax, all that is a result of that Black Matter shit. We hit the streets and everybody fucking felt like, hey, they got results, we could do it. The same movement, in my opinion, kept rolling. And now you see they're everywhere doing the for whatever. They're in the streets everywhere right now. In Chicago, we had some shit recently. They're having a lot of anti-vax shit across the world. I think it evolved into us versus the government, the people versus them. I like that argument much better than Black Lives Matter, which is valid.
Right. And that's why I never do. I never devalue any group. I just say I don't take part in any group.
Right.
And I don't think people understand that. I don't take any part in any group because, again, there's some things I don't agree with each group. And for me to take part of it, I have to agree with it 100%.
I don't think I take part in any group. I recognize that I hang with like auditors. You will say I'm a group of auditors, but I take the opinion that you do. I happen to audit. I love some of them, blah, blah, blah. But No, if they were like had a fucking so and so, at some point I disagree with that shit. I could not join no fucking groups. I don't think,
Right.
man. I can't think of one that I've ever fucking joined except the folk on Hustlers. You know, when I was gang when I was a kid, 10 years old.
But
here's my thing.
Go ahead, Hawkwind.
If you want to have an effect, if you want to be a group and call for change, concentrate on things like Breonna Taylor. You know, where they entered her and her boyfriend's house in a no-knock grave. The boyfriend shot back because he did not know who they were. It was totally justified what he did. Those cops need to be held into
You're damn right. Very good example.
The kid, that kid in Aurora, Colorado.
They got shot up. Elijah McClain.
Yeah, yes, those cops acted outside their authority. You know, the kid. If I remember right, the kid had issues, didn't he? He was like autistic.
He did, yeah.
They acted way out of their authority with that kid.
They did, and as proof of it, they just settled out. I think it was the biggest settlement, one of the biggest, 25 or 33 million, biggest settlement in a long time or whatever, to prove that they know that they were fucking wrong for doing that shit.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
I went there, by the way, Hawkwind, where they killed him at, and me and a friend of mine played a recording of his last words. You know, I filmed a video of it. I didn't show it or nothing, but I took video of it. It was just, it was gruesome. It was, you know, I'm a nonviolent guy. I wouldn't hurt anyone. I love all. You know, these are his last dying words. That was crazy, man. And I was on the site that had little markings and stuff to show where he died.
I mean that's what you need. That's what, if you want change, concentrate on that. Jacob Blake was a criminal. He was attempting to steal a van that had 2 kids in it. He was armed with a knife. And he's still alive.
Oh, I had a question for you. I saw that
report on CNN. Go for it.
Yeah, G-Tech, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You were saying look into a person's history. And now, is that always true? Because what is that guy named George Floyd? When they got knee happened on his neck, I said that was horrible. People was like, but just wait, you know, I want to know what happened before and all of that type of shit. And what they hung on with his history. Did you know he was a thief? He stuck somebody up. He took somebody's money and all of that shit. Do we, because of his past, do we take him off to say his name, George Floyd? Do we take him off?
If depending on the crimes, right? And this is what I say is like, if a crime taking someone's dignity, right?
I hear you.
You see what I mean? Like, I
understand and I feel that way, but I don't know if we're right or wrong. You know, because if we take away theirs for a serious crime, it's okay to take away George Floyd.
No. Listen, hear me out. So this is what I'm saying. It's the act bad that happened to him. Yes. Can we sympathize with what happened to George Floyd?
Very good.
Yes, we can. Yeah. Can we look in there and say, was that horrible? Did he deserve that? No, he didn't. But does he deserve to be praised?
And very good. Thank you for making the distinction. I understand. Yeah.
Does he deserve to be praised?
Right.
For
the
his
background would come into play.
Right. Because again, Hitler could save a school bus of kids right now. Right.
And we ain't gonna be screaming, Hitler go, Hitler go.
Right. Hitler could, if Hitler was alive somehow miraculously today, and he saved a school bus of kids, right? And says, "Don't worry, let me resuscitate this kid and bring him to life."
Right, do miracles, right?
I do miracles. I saved this one school bus of kids, and next thing you know, we're like, "Yeah, we got." Hey man, he saved a whole bunch of kids.
Hitler's the man. We wear Hitler t-shirts. I'd feel some type of way if a nigga walking past because he saved those kids. I still feel some type of way.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like we can appreciate the fact that we're showing concern for a horrible act that happened to these people. But do we want to praise these people is what I'm saying. Do you want to praise a 5-time pedophile?
Okay,
No.
let's do this. For that matter, let's go back to our founding fathers, as they are called. These guys, we praise them every day. We have them on our money. They don't have a problem with that. But me and you are probably better know than others. I don't know if you studied this. But you know, they did heinous shit. If we just go to the all of them owning slaves and blah 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 type of
Right.
bullshit, we say they name and them owning
Right.
slaves was a pretty shitty thing. How is
Right.
that feasible? Why do we do that? We extras, you know.
If you, I don't know if I've explained this to you personally, Joe, but if you ever heard me say I don't see any Republican or Democrat as heroes or
Yes,
idols to
smart.
look at, right?
I would agree.
I look into more my parents as heroes compared
Yeah.
to anyone else, right?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
put anyone
Right.
above anybody.
I would
And-
agree. Me and you both feel that way. But when I said we, I meant, you know, everybody, we got it on our bread. They are heroes. We put them up. Is it okay to do that shit? Or when you find out that they did shit like own slaves and beat motherfuckers and all that, do we take them off? It's just, you know, just following the logic train, not saying how I believe.
No. And based on my logic, in my book, guess how many heroes I have?
I would say about 2 that I could think of.
Definitely, there's 2 in there. Yeah, for sure. My dad, my mom,
And
my
the
aunt.
amount, that's 2
You
I'm for
know,
sure of. Right.
people who served in my family. You know, I see them as heroes.
Right.
Everyone else, I don't know y'all, and y'all probably did some horrible shit. And you know what?
You understand the philosophy, though. We
I,
say their names, and me and you're okay with some of the names on that list. But
mhm.
what about them saying the forefathers' name like that? And they're putting some shitty people on that list. Should we be kicking some of them niggas off?
Let me tell you. Do you know the song "Father Abraham had many sons"?
I do not know. Well, I've never been to church if it's a church
Father
song.
Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. You know what
Okay.
that is about?
I guess it's a biblical.
Abraham having many sons,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Do you think that's about him, like, you know, having a consensual relationship with many women and then
Oh,
having
I
many
hadn't thought
sons?
about that, you know, how it comes from. I hadn't thought about that shit, but you're right. He had sons that
What's up,
look totally,
SACC Prez?
his sons look totally different. So, yeah.
Yeah, you got many sons. I'm sorry, how do you got all these sons? Well, it's not because it was consensual. Do I
I
think
never
you're a
thought of
hero
that.
for it?
I didn't know the record or none of that till you just said it.
Right. So again, I don't put a lot of you know, praise into a lot of people, right?
Right.
My wife,
here's
she
the
doesn't
problem.
like. Go ahead, go ahead.
Here's the problem with the founding fathers. Yes, they did great things, but we tend as time goes on to overlook what the wrongs that they've done
What's up,
also.
Prez?
Because if you look at people like
Yo,
Robert
shout
E.
out to
Lee, yes,
SAXC Prez. First of all, I just want to thank this guy because he's always been there, sharing my videos, just like Joe Cool has been sharing my videos. He's always been helping me out, and you know, I'm always there to help out with the community. And again, as I said, I never accept any donations, but if you guys want to donate to anybody else in this community, or thorn.org, I appreciate you guys for doing so. I never want to accept a donation in my life, I promise you, unless I'm really struggling. I'll be like, hey, I'll take it, but please send it to someone else who need it, because I am right now, I'm living good.
Oh, man, love it. Oh, shit.
we tend to gloss over what they did, what the wrongs that they also done, and that's the problem with history. Yes, we see all the great things they did. They founded the nation. They wrote the greatest document, arguably, in the history of mankind. But they also had their faults.
Agreed, right?
And if you ever go into history, yes, you can praise what they did for founding the nation, standing up to tyranny. But in their own right, they had their own little tyrannies that they had done. If you're going to look at history, look at the good and the bad. Robert E. Lee he fought for the Confederacy. Did he do it? Did he do it because he believed in slavery? No. Because before the Civil War was over, he'd already freed all the people that were slaves on his land.
Okay.
He fought He fought in the Confederacy because he believed the Confederacy had a right to exist, no matter what it was. He was fighting for his home state of Virginia. There's good and there's bad in everything.
I think I understand where you're going. For instance, Malcolm X, he believed that whites were bad guys, devils, and all of this. And then before he died, he went to Mecca and saw Muslims of different races and came back and said I was wrong. So you got a guy who believed one way earlier, but had a epiphany, revelation, whatever you want to call it, later.
Yeah, but look at his life though. No one can ever argue that Malcolm X did not have a right to feel the way he did.
Yeah, he did have a fucking hard life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when we talk about these soldiers and we talk about these terrorists and how bad, and we go over to Afghanistan and we realize that we're over there. Let's not get no fucking Hollywood image. We're over there. We got to go somewhere. We're driving on their streets in their hood. Picture of foreign people coming over here. In my case, in Chicago, in your case, where you live, driving down the street, see you on your cell phone. You're talking to your mom, your kid. Point a fucking 50 caliber weapon. You hang up that fucking phone right now. To them, it's logical. They could be trying to set off a bomb. But to us, we're gonna hate them. And then it gets worse. You got the guys who dropping missiles and bombs in those schools, and the fathers who lost their fucking whole families and shit like that on errant bombs. If our philosophy is right, Malcolm X has a right to feel like that. I get the same shit from these guys. I don't know if it's fair or not. It's probably not okay. But I certainly understand how, you create motherfuckers that hate you to no fucking end. Every time they fire a helicopter, you just cleaned out your crib. Here come a helicopter blowing a week's worth of shit in your house. You got to sweep again. And they're laughing and talking shit. Back the fuck up. Back up right now type of shit.
But think about it. Would the civil rights movement have been what it was without Malcolm X? Absolutely not.
I don't think so. He would have had to add some fire to that shit.
He was you had Martin Luther King on one side, who wanted peaceful resistance. You had Malcolm X on the other, who called for more direct action. Without those two viewpoints, you would not have had the civil rights.
And listen, let's not take away from Malcolm X. I'm sorry, Martin Luther King. He was a fan of direct action. He didn't believe in passiveness. He was a fan of direct action, meaning you do something. For instance, he said that if you see an unjust law is no law at all. He got that from Saint Augustine. An unjust law is no law at all. If you see it being someone tries to make you follow it and all of that shit, you must be prepared to break that law and go to jail with your head held high. I must be really high. I can't speak. But he was a fan of, you got to push the buttons and that type of shit. So he wasn't just, I don't know. He wasn't not doing a thing or something. He would kind of shared something with Malcolm X is where I was going with that.
See, if you look at if you talk to Malcolm X's friends, they will tell you about a man who was passionate about his life, who would give the sharpest back for his friends. But you don't hear about that. All you hear about in history is he was a militant black Muslim. So what?
Yes, I would.
Quit.
I hear
all
you,
of it, or you don't.
Right. I tell people all the time, it's like
militant. I have my faults.
Militant is just being someone who's considered unliked in my eyes, someone who's very direct in their opinion, right? And there's certain things that's militant, and then there's obnoxious, right? There's militant and obnoxious. My definition of obnoxious is someone who's like a vegan. Like, you gotta fucking eat veggies for your life, otherwise you're just being a fucking horrible person. No, I'm living my fucking life. Leave me alone. Obnoxious Karen.
Shit.
Yeah, don't be a Karen. Leave me alone, right?
Yeah.
And live your life. I'll live my life. No shit. Hate to vegans, whatever. But shit, fuck it. But what I'm saying is, like I said, going back to like who I idolize.
No. You said the first. What was the first example you got? You was like, then there's Karen's. I slipped the first one. I forgot. You were comparing two things there. There are notches of militancy is where you were going.
Militant, right? People who are militant, right? There's a militant BLM, right? You can go out there. You can go and go to protests. You can even show aggression without violence. There's aggression without violence,
I
right?
understand. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can be militant. You can say like, "Nah,
you
fuck,"
can be passionate, yes,
very passionate, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Obnoxious is expecting to be militant and not expecting a reaction.
Well, look at what happened in San Antonio. The first
BLM
right
dope
in
as
San
fuck.
Antonio.
I'm trying to seal that in my head. It is not expecting a reaction. You're gonna do what you're gonna do and not expect a reaction. That is the Karen.
Yep.
That is the obnoxious shit. All right, I got it locked.
Right.
Look at what happened in San Antonio during the first BLM riot, and they tried to march on the Alamo. They were going to burn. They were going to burn it. They were going to deface it. Whatever they were going to do.
That was the first BLM. Yeah.
In San Antonio, yes.
I didn't know that.
You had a bunch of people. You had white, black, Mexican, all of them armed, who stood between them and the Alamo and said, you won't come destroy our history and our shit.
I love it that they were of different races. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's different than the Cal Rittenhouse shit. I think those niggas was racist down there because it was a Black Lives Matter type of shit. I think if that's some white motherfuckers protesting on a bunch of shit on them streets, they stay at home.
To be honest, when I heard about that Alamo shit, I was like, "Oh fuck, man! Somebody gonna get shot." I was like, "Oh," I was really scared. Like honestly, like no lie, I was really scared for people because I was like, "Yo, someone gonna get shot," and like not just shot, justly shot, like justifiably shot. And I was like, "Bro, this people need to understand." Like, and here's one thing I want to clear up here real quick. All right, I've been watching some videos and people are looking up the DHS memos of what to do when it comes to an active shooter, and one of those says, if you have no other resources, no other outcome, no place to go at, the last resort to attack the shooter, and they're trying to use this as a Kyle Rittenhouse defense. Like
I remember that. Yeah,
they're saying, "Oh, look, the DHS memo even says to do this, to attack him, be angry and aggressive to him. It says as a last resort after retreating. Please do not, if you are somebody who sees an active shooter, do not be the person to be like, well, the DHS memo says to go up to him and approach him and attack him. Don't do that. Because again, it says to retreat. And if you are found and you are cornered and you have no other place to go, you have to defend yourself."
Wait, DHS put out a memo to civilians?
To pretty much their employees. But
that's different if you're a DHS worker for the DHS. It's interesting in a whole nother facet now. If that's the case, they're telling their people because their first memo, the famous one, they told people who are out there filming and all of that shit, we want you to first sit and observe and all of that shit. You go confront them as a last result. This is in line. This would be heavy if they're telling their people, you duty to retreat type shit.
Right. And that is what it is. In most policies, right? Because the DHS memo is really just a policy for the government. It's not for the people.
Right. Exactly.
Right? It's basically saying, do not approach an active shooter, right? And some people, and this is what I thought was very troublesome, some people are trying to say, well, it says to go attack them right here. It doesn't say that. It says as a last resort.
Holy fuck, I gotta read that.
It says as a last resort, and only as a last resort.
Yeah.
Meaning you have no place to go. You have no place to run. You have no place to hide. You've done your best to get away from this dude or a girl or a female, whoever it is, shooting up the place.
Do you know?
Yeah.
You probably know that Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson, was running for president, and he got knocked out when he made the statement. Somebody was shooting, And right on the heels of it, day of, day after or something, he's asked a question. And he was like, I don't know why they just didn't rush him. You know, less people would have died, you know, because it was like in a theater or something, a church where they were, you know, rounded up. They should have rushed him. In a way, he can use that argument. It's last result shit. He's in there shooting niggas. He got a machine gun. It's last result, rush him. Which is what the DHS memo was saying. Last resort, rush him. He got eviscerated for saying that shit, and it sounds like the DHS saying it. It doesn't sound such a horrible thing, and they sound similar. He didn't get the last resort part in there.
Yeah, he didn't get the last resort part, and the reason is if the DHS is telling people to do that, they'd be held liable for every death that happens.
Dope.
You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying?
Yeah.
You can't tell people, hey, you see an active shooter, you fucking beat his monkey ass, and then
yes, you be in trouble.
You beat his monkey ass, and you fucking catch him, and you
Hey,
fucking
go get that gun.
Yeah, you get that gun, and you know what? And I'd sue you. I'd take a bullet in my fucking leg. Oh, my fucking leg!
Yeah, I'd beat if I could.
And I'd sue their ass. I'd
be like, I was just falling there eating.
Like, do you get what I'm saying here? Like, you can't tell people, hey, you see an active shooter, you beat his monkey ass.
Yes.
You fucking make sure you grab that gun.
Another reason Cal Rittenhouse, you know, was supposed to kill them niggas chasing him, man. You take on that responsibility. When you want to be a hero and be like, I'm gonna go snatch a gun from a nigga running down the street, you assume the possibility you're gonna get shot. I don't want to hear that shit later, motherfucker.
Yeah. You don't, like, you know, there's a lot of people who say don't be a hero, and your job should tell you that the most.
If you feel like he was really being a hero and all of that shit, you know, knock yourself out, do what you're gonna be. But the fact is, you might get hit by that car trying to push that kid out the way. I'm just saying, don't start yelling at the car, motherfucker.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's like, you know, the case is very bad, and I've seen a lot of people put out a lot of misinformation, and it's like you can see it on the memo that you're trying to quote, that saying that you should attack somebody. No, there's never any policy that says you should attack somebody.
No, it just don't sound logical, right?
It's not illegally.
Who would do that? A secret CIA hitman? You know, who would just give that policy?
Yeah, and think about how liable the government would be for that. Just think about how many lawsuits.
Which is why.
And I'm telling you, if it was me, I would wear a full body fucking, you know, bulletproof Kevlar fucking vest with helmet on and everything, except for my thigh meat. And I would tell them, shoot me right here, my fucking thigh. Because guess what? I'm about to fucking do. I'm suing the.
I'm about to test the theory. That's what they said. Shit.
I'm suing you. I want 10 million so I can fucking quit.
All right.
Right now.
They told me to attack you.
They told me to do so. And look, Kevlar fucking face vest. I made sure I got everything on. You shoot me in my fucking thigh. We go ahead. We split it 50-50. I'll sue him for 20 million right now, homie. You'll be good getting your commissary.
Fuck yeah. You know, you be like, worse, man. I don't know. You get hit bad, and you got to tell them you really get money, because now you're going to tell them, listen, my instinct was to duck behind the car and seek cover and wait for back. They say, no, attack the active shooter through the gate. I tried what they said. He shot me in the fucking head.
Yeah.
I'm suing you niggas.
Exactly. I mean, like, that's one thing I really wanted to bring up in regards to this Kyle Rittenhouse situation, because to me, it wasn't funny to me at all, right? Because I was saying, what you're telling people to do is, in any active shooter situation, to do the opposite of what you should do based off of that, you know, DHS memo, off of that memo. It says,
right, they went totally opposite. I hear you.
Totally opposite. Please do not do what you are recommending, because you're going to get people killed. I'm telling you, you're going to get people killed, justly killed at that. Right? And I'm saying,
that shit. You ain't got it. You can't pop it up. You ain't got that technology.
Hold on, man. Let me see if I can find that. Because I'm telling you, man.
So I wonder if Grosscourt's going to use that in his civil trial, because he's suing Kenosha and Kenosha County for $10 million for allowing vigilantes on the street.
Who's doing that? That's a dope argument. I don't know if it's, I'm not talking about the morality, but it's an interesting argument.
Well, listen, I think if the cops are not going to do their job,
right,
it does fall on the citizenry to make sure that crime does not go
Which
up.
is why you're supposed to sue the city. The cops are not doing their job. They supposed to be out there doing this shit. They supposed to got these guys up out of there. Yeah, again, they're not doing their job. They got armed motherfuckers all over the place. They let this happen. They got an argument, whoever's suing the city. I don't know if it's right or wrong.
So here it is, right here.
Okay.
Right? First action they tell you to do, beyond a doubt, get the fuck out of there. Right there.
You can't blow that shit up anymore. Normally I can read anything.
Hold on. Boom, 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 boom.
My man. All right.
Evacuate. First thing they tell you to do is evacuate. First thing, call 911 when you are safe.
Have an escape route, evacuate regardless of whether
look at this.
Officers.
Leave wounded people. Do not touch wounded people. Leave them. Nah, fuck you. You hurt. All right, let me get the fuck out, and then I'll see what I can do about you.
Right.
It tell you, right? This is how they tell you.
All right. Who did you see saying the next one is Hideout? Damn. Who did you see going against this, and where did you see that?
So it's a lot of people who are putting this out.
Show me an example of that. Show me one.
Man, I can't show you right now. I really
wish
I could. I wish I could show you. I wish I could show you, but let me see if I
would love to see somebody coming out their mouth, listen, attack. I hope it's an auditor or something.
No, it's not. It wasn't an auditor. It's just people who put out this message.
Yeah, that's too much to hope for. But I'll still like to see any YouTuber, TikToker saying it. If an auditor,
it was a TikToker. It was a TikToker. I know from one of them.
All right. Yeah.
Right. And let me see if I can find it here. Because
I want to hear it now that I've seen the fucking
take action against the active shooter, right? As a last resort, and only when your life is in imminent danger, attempt to disarm and or incapacitate the active shooter by acting as aggressively as possible against him or her, throwing items and improvised weapons, yelling, and committing to your actions. Right. As a last resort, they totally disregarded all of this shit. And I'm gonna send it to you on. I got your phone number, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure you do.
I'm gonna send you that one. I'm gonna send you that one, and I'm gonna say like, look, this is the one here. Whenever I find my other phone, it's on my red phone.
All right. So I just gotta let me take a shot here. Let me be daring. I just got an update on the iPhone. Normally, you can't leave and come back to StreamYards. Let me test the theory because I've gotten texts. I accidentally went to them. I got bold since we've been on this panel, and I tried other things, and I come back. Normally, you can't hear me. On this phone, I was doomed. It's just why which is why I got a second phone. But here, I'm gonna go to my phone shit, which I should be able to do on any other phone. I'm gonna go to my phone shit and text you right quick. Make sure I got your number. I should be able to come right back without actually leaving.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna look up that. I'm gonna go look up that video real quick. I'm gonna send it to myself. So, guys, I'll be right back.
All right. This would be crazy if it.
Well, so here's something I'm just noticed in the chat. When did anybody have to be in a particular neighborhood? That's what I want to know. I thought this was America. I can cross state lines without having to show papers. Why did he have to be in a particular neighborhood to do his jogging?
Can you hear me, Hall?
Yes, sir, I can.
Very good. It works now. Oh my God. I couldn't even read a text when I got it. I can only see the first line. Wow.
See,
I'm so happy.
Here's something I have an issue with. King FC. saying he was in the wrong neighborhood.
Who was in the wrong neighborhood?
He's talking about Ahmaud Arbery from what I'm looking at.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. What was the statement? Can you read it? Or can you read and tell me what it is?
That he was jogging in the wrong neighborhood. It was not the joggers community. What the hell does that matter?
That is crazy as fuck, Joe. That's damn near un-American. Stop that. Oh, we don't play that shit.
No, I mean that's racist in and of itself.
That's un-American. That ain't how America get down. You can go where you want. I don't want to hear that German Nazi Germany bullshit. I hate that too, Hawk. I'm a fucking auditor, so I hate watching the video where some guy is parked in front of, not an auditor, just some guy is parked in front of some crib where he's, might be the paper guy or something. He stops, uses Google, and the cop telling him, well, you don't belong here. You're not from around here. Well, you don't get my ID. Well, you're not from around here. I don't know what you're doing. We had break-ins. I hate that.
Well, you remember that video that G-Tag put out when he's in that neighborhood? He's just eating his lunch, right?
All right.
And you had those guys are just, you had those people just starting to stare at him and wonder why was a black guy sitting in the car. Yeah. What does it matter? He's sitting there. It's obvious he was sitting there eating his food.
Yeah, it don't matter if he's on his phone, sleep.
All right. So I found something here.
Please tell me you got a video of that coming out of somebody's mouth. I'm gonna cream myself. Oh, volume's low. You teach that.
Hold on. Time out. That was coming out pretty sketchy on my side. Hold on.
And it was volume was super low over here.
No, we're gonna turn it up. Oh, you know what? I know why you won't hear the volume. Hold on 1 second. That makes sense. Remove. You want to share it? Screen. Share screen. Boom. Boom. All right, you can hear? Or you can't hear shit.
That's it, I can't.
Not yet.
Let's go down to self-defense.
Yes, we can hear it.
Let's just, for the benefit of the doubt, go ahead and say that Kyle's actions were correct.
Hey, pause it for a second.
Man, it's coming out fucking
Sometime when you pause it, it catches up, it buffers or whatever. Is it that? I've seen people, when the video come out shitty, they'll either back it up or pause it for a second, then it comes out better. I don't know. I don't have a panel.
Right, let's just, for the benefit of the doubt, go ahead and say that Kyle
much better
correct in shooting an unarmed man that
when you pause it, see
that he felt threatened by.
Much better.
We'll just go start there. Now, the second and third victims, Anthony and Gage, with the information that they were given, there was an active shooter in their vicinity. There was somebody who had just shot someone, still had his hands on the weapon, and was fleeing the scene. He was running through a crowd that, for the most part, did not have weapons. They perceived Kyle to be an immediate threat to their lives. So how is what they did not also self-defense? This is the Department
of I disagree already.
Actual official government page about what to do with an active shooter.
Oh, this is the dumbest person living.
Act aggressively towards the shooter. Throw items, improvise weapons, yell, and commit to your actions.
Please.
Kyle is allotted the protections of self-defense. Why aren't they? Let us go.
Now, what did I fucking say?
That's all shameful shit I'm gonna see today, bro.
Bro,
it's got to be a paid shield. See, no one's that stupid.
Bro, when I heard that shit, I was like, ma'am, do not tell people that shit. Do not tell your audience.
Right. She must want to give them fodder to take down the internet or something.
People to go out there and attack the guy. No, don't fucking do it.
Listen,
attack his monkey ass, he said.
I'm past the belief that she even believes that. I think she is aware that she skipped over all of that shit to say, to see that, all the other shit it said run first. and she used that shit on purpose. I'm already assuming that she is nefarious and not a good person. I'll say that shit. I think she's more aware. She know that she's misleading people, using bad evidence in a bad way, that type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I was like, that's the worst advice you could ever give.
I agree.
That's the worst advice you could ever give to any, gullible audience. And I say,
What do you think about this, man? Because that advice is so bad, maybe we should take her channel. YouTube should take her shit off of TikTok because
I really see. This is it. It's hard for me to say to tell her to stop because I'm an advocate for free speech.
Very good.
Right, but here's the thing: what you're advocating people to do will put them in danger.
Agreed.
Active danger.
So do we take down the channel?
No, she should be well advised and be told, look, you need to make a fucking change to that statement.
And right? She does not. Does YouTube take her down? Do they get to take her down? Then she sticks with her shit and she adds to it. Do YouTube get to take her down?
No. This is my thought here. My thought is when someone's ass says, hey, let's attack that monkey ass active shooter and get shot up, they should be able to sue her ass personally and hold her liable.
Exactly. I agree with her neighbors, people showing up at her door, not violent motherfuckers, but protester type shit. All of that shit. You say what you said, you're going to get the results and all of that type of shit. But you should have the right to say it, but don't be surprised when shit go bad. I think you said that earlier and I said I was going to lock it in. The difference is between something out of motherfucker who does it and the motherfucker who does it at the privilege think that they should no results come to them, no hurt them. Someone said that earlier.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Is like I'm an advocate for free speech. Like we had some guys in here earlier who was calling me nigga, this type of shit and other type of stuff, and just they weren't being productive to the environment that we usually have here. And was talking about to 702, talking about putting their dick in and shit like that. I'm like, bro, come on, calm down. Like, yeah. I was like, what does this have to do with Kyle Rittenhouse or Ahmaud Arbery? Right, and they can't answer that because again, they're here to be disruptive. And I'm not. People think I'm unaware. I'm
what if they spam your chat? I will. That is my pet peeve. I'm pretty much like you. I think I'm pretty laid back. Come on, man, with that bullshit type shit. But if a nigga spam my chat with that nigga, you can say it once, twice, and so's a slut. I don't think I have a problem with that.
Oh no, they were actually on live. They were on the video. They were on live. They actually joined the
panel.
Discord. Yeah, they joined the panel.
Okay.
Just to be disruptive and not be productive, man.
I just said the same shit, right?
I was it's that shit right there in chat that I think is a real big problem.
Yes.
And you know what? And people will say I should block stuff like that. I don't block the chat. The chat that don't bother me in the chat. It's when people come on here and they try and say something thinking that I won't kick him out. Like, I mean, come on, man, show some respect. Be honest with yourself. Like, do you think YouTube is a First Amendment platform? It's not
even close, right?
It's never close.
It ain't like right. It's not guaranteed by the government or none of that shit, right?
Exactly.
If you want a First Amendment platform, go to Rumble.
Right. If you want a First Amendment platform, go outside.
Make it yourself.
Go outside because guess what? I choose not to block people on my channel. I make the decision not to block people on my channel. I don't have to allow you to be here because, again, I'm not the government. I'm not restricting your First Amendment speech. I'm just restricting what's allowed on my channel.
I always give the same example. I believe in your free speech, but if you come into my crib and call my wife a bitch and my daughter a slut, you're probably going to deal with some ramifications, man. Your free speech doesn't fly here.
Well, right. Let's face it. Me and Joe, we don't always agree.
Yeah.
But we've always been able to agree to disagree.
Yeah, I'm not a mean guy, a bad guy or nothing.
No, he's got his opinions. I got my opinion.
Yeah.
And we get along.
Yes, we've long friends. If you think about it, we've known each other quite a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that you two come in here, and I know for a fact there's a difference of opinion. I know there's people who don't agree with me.
Me and you said that we don't agree on a ton of shit.
Yeah, and that's good. I tell
Right.
you, that's good. You need that in your life. If you live with only yes men in your life, you're living the wrong life.
You're
I'm telling
worthless, bro.
You're
I
living the
always
wrong
say
life.
iron sharpens iron. I heard that a million times from other places, meaning it takes another sharp thing like an iron to sharpen your sword, another hard surface. You need that a person with the opposing point of view and the bravery to say how he feels and don't have fucking feelings to where he can't accept a thing. That guy sharpens you. That guy makes you a better guy, right? He give you opposing point of view. You come back with yours. That guy is the iron that you need. A yes man is like me trying to sharpen my fucking sword on my blanket in the bedroom. It won't work.
Let me sharpen this knife on that butter. You know.
Yes. If I do it long enough, I might get some results.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people I appreciate people who will come in here, disagree with me. Again, I appreciate it. Guys, disagree with me. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I don't want to be ignorant.
You're doing me a favor.
Right? We are all born ignorant.
Yes.
But it takes true effort to remain dumb. Right?
Yes, right.
You understand?
And not only were we born ignorant, we were taught to be ignorant growing up. We believed the news and all of those things. Like you say, somebody even said it is a sin to remain ignorant, meaning you must free yourself at some point. It's incumbent upon you. I thought that was dope.
It's crazy, man, that some people come in here and they're so one-sided. They were telling me to kick Hawkwind out, and I was like, you don't understand how this discussion goes. We don't kick people out just for
I got friends who would have said the same thing. Me and him could never have a conversation because they attack him endlessly. I got buddies that do that all the time.
Yeah, it's like let's be respectful, right? And then 702 came in. They started just attacking 702, talking about how they want to sexually, do things. To her. I'm like, that's not going to be beneficial to anybody.
Trolls, bro.
Yeah, you can be a troll. It's fine, and I'm going to be respectful as much as to anybody as much as hey man, I'm gonna respectfully kick you out.
All right. I always tell people I don't give a fuck about what the guy's reputation is. If he come in and civil ass to the conversation, he gets a shot. And if I got to boot him, if he's like, yes, Joe, I believe man's philosophy is fuck you, nigga, and kill that bitch. And if I got to bump him, I don't know, a week or two, you come back, we'll try it again. If you can have a conversation and shit, great. If you go outside them lines, beat it.
Exactly. I gave one guy 2 chances, man. I was like, all right, well,
right.
I guess you thought I was going to keep accepting you back in. I gave you 2 chances already.
I'd give him another chance, but it'd be
fool
longer.
me one time, shame
the
on you.
Punishment would be longer, right?
Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign. I love the chop and put the gut on you.
All right. I wrote in a song a long time ago, if my dog bit me twice, I'd take the life of a man's best friend. I don't believe that anymore, but I remember that was a line in one of my songs.
Oh, man. Yeah. And you know what? I really enjoy this type of discussion because, again, it shows difference of opinion. Some people who even agree with most of what I say, they say, I don't agree with that shit. When people say I'm like anti-government, you should understand you probably should be anti-government as well.
Right.
And
then you got radical fucks like me that think you're too sensible, too reasonable. I like to see you kicking a window type shit every now and then.
Right. And I know I grew up in bad parts of the neighborhood. A lot of people wouldn't believe it. But again, I grew up in those type of neighborhoods where somebody steal your dog in the middle of the night, and you find out, oh, your fucking dog gone. What happened to it? Well, the motherfuckers was dog fighting the other night. And your dog was probably bait food.
Yeah, it happens here all the time too.
Happens all the time. Or your neighbor got robbed the other day. Oh, what happened? Well, the motherfucker went to work. Should have known better, right?
Same here. He was bragging. He was going out of town. He'd been bragging for 2 weeks. Everybody knew the crib was empty.
Yep, the motherfucker went to work. Fucking Pookie got jumped the other day by 5 motherfuckers. We gonna go ahead and help him out real quick. We gonna get these motherfuckers back. The fuck I is? What the fuck Pookie do?
Right, that's crucial. And you know and then the gang shit you had to ride with Pookie, but afterwards we go as Pookie, nigga. That shit wasn't justified, or get the details. But if he beating up the opposition, you got to ride with him on the spot, which is a bad philosophy. Oh shit!
It's a bad philosophy. I mean, I grew up in these type of situations. What people believe I should be when I am a cop. All right. Yeah, Jingy's he's spitting some facts in there. Jingy. I love Jingy, man. I wish he put out some more content because I used to watch his edits all the time. He go into so much detail, man.
Wait, real Jingy?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know. Whatever happened to him putting shit out? I thought that I remember telling him one time, fucking year or two ago now, that your shit is so good it almost scares me.
Yeah. Honestly, look. Real Jingy could make a video right now is like he was doing back then.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd watch it. And I could see like he could get a whole bunch of subscribers off of just the edits alone. I was like, man, this is so detailed.
I thought it was creative.
And it kind of sends a message out there to me. I'm like, man, it sends a message out
make
to me.
You feel it. He
right?
make you feel it. James does that verbally. James Freeman, he could take a gay ass traffic stop, which I never post, and he'll give his opinion on it. And verbally, I'll think it's the most exciting fucking video I ever saw. Here, the officer, I didn't even see it, but he'll be like, he's gonna back his friend because they grew up together and went to the same school. They know that he'll go into some shit, and then just reach over there and shake a hand. And I'll be like, he's nefarious. I saw what you saw. It just, oh my God.
Yeah, I know I audited with James Freeman a couple times.
Yeah, I did too.
And we did a post office, and I remember we went with another guy. He did radios, but this is when I first started auditing. Man, I was like, all right, I'm an audit. I was like, yeah, I'm going to these buildings. This is when I used to go into buildings and stuff, right? And then I was like, I thought to myself, this isn't what I really want to do because I'm too protective of people I roll with, right? So I see the first guy. He's sitting there. He's like, oh shit, this guy confronted me. He's sitting there. He's in my eyes, I'm looking at him. He's like,
he's soft.
He's stressing. I'm like, fuck, let me step in, right?
Yeah.
And James was like, oh, I'm gonna say some shit, blah, blah. And I was like, man, I see shit going on, right? I'm seeing some shit that's about to fucking happen. I don't want shit to happen to my homeboys while I'm out here with them.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, hey man, are you I said some shit like, are you a peace officer or such officer? Because if so, you shouldn't be doing the shit you're doing, right? And I'm de-escalating the situation. He's like, well, I'll call somebody who will come over here and do some shit with And James was like, man, you fucking just told this dude off basically in the kindest way possible.
Right on.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to see you guys. Because I didn't know James personally until later on.
Yeah.
Right. And I found out, okay, James is a little bit more hardened at this. I don't have to back him up.
You
right?
damn right.
I don't have to back him up like that.
In fact, his plan is probably better than whatever I have planned, right? I'm gonna back him up.
Right. So I don't have to back him up. I can just sit here and let him do what he needs to do. And James went out there, he did his thing, and I was like, because I started with James Freeman when he was under my subs. Right.
Right.
When he was under my subs. And I told him, I said, my goal isn't to gain subs. My goal is to get out here and express my feelings.
Let me tell you now about the gain sub shit. The philosophy that I've come to adapt is the idea is to have a voice. You gain subs, it's your voice. I don't even care if you don't know what your message is yet, and you would have an idea. But the bigger, when you do get that message you want to put out, if you got 40,000 niggas to hear your message, it's better than having the 8 hardcore whatever's. You know, that's a use of subs. I hate to say it. I don't count niggas subs. I don't know how many you got. Nobody on here. I don't know how many James got. None of them niggas. I don't do the sub shit, but it's logical as fuck that they get a bigger voice.
Right. And I said, like, I told James, I said, look, my thing isn't about subs. If you want to get subs, you're gonna make it. I said, you're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right. My thing is, I just want to I'm just documenting how I feel about the day.
I feel you.
And it was about that time where Patrick got news now Patrick got arrested at a station that I actually went to prior. That's the first day I met up with James. I said, I've been at that station. That's some motherfuckers who charged me up with like several officers and shit. And I was just trying to get out there and take some pictures, right? And fucking he was like, oh shit, you know, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go out there and audit the place and fucking see how I feel about them, you know. See if they respect me, if they're gonna arrest me.
Yeah, I would have thought like that.
Yeah. And James showed up. I said, oh shit, there's a fucking blue van with a red beard. I think I know who that is. That's Mr. Blah blah blah. I said his actual name at that time. You know. He was like, yeah, I'm here, you know, let's go in there, let's fucking do this. And you know, he was like, yeah, this is what we about. This is what we about, blah 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 blah. You know, James.
First time I went out with James, the very first cop watch we catch, spitting cobras out there already. He's like, Joe Cool. I was like, who are you? Like, spitting cobra. I'm a mod in the nigga room. I've been knowing him forever. I just didn't know what he looked like. You know, I'm like, holy fuck. And spitting cobra gave them niggas shit. James, my whole video from that incident, me and James did other shit, but my whole video was just letting them niggas speak, Joe.
Yeah, this was a department that I went to. Now, this was a few months before James showing up, or before Patrick got arrested, right? And this again was me just trying to walk. I dropped off at the subway station, the DART station, and I was just headed out to go ahead and view the scenery around the area. Again, people don't understand. Whenever I go out and audit, I don't go out to these police departments to go and film them. I actually just go. Sometimes just walk by them, right? So this is one of those situations. And let me make sure my volume is not up too high because I don't want this thing blowing up my eardrums.
I remember this video.
Right? So look at this. He's worried about my camera hanging on my neck.
All right.
And I was hanging on my neck. I'm not even walking with it out like this. It's hanging on my neck. Literally. And he said, oh, I'm worried so much about you. And I was like, I ain't gonna pass him up. Boom.
Oh,
boom.
Damn, he all in the rip. You checking you out.
Well, that's gonna be on YouTube.
Right. That's when I had my old intro right there, right?
Right
I was like, damn, that's gonna be on YouTube.
I heard that.
I'm like, shit, this nigga done fucked up all his shit.
Right.
I was like, fuck.
Now let's look at the weird shit that Patrick does, though.
Now look at this. Look at this. What is that part? That came off his car.
Damn.
And he come back. Again.
Oh yeah, I'm just on the phone.
Okay. Yeah. I'm on my phone.
And I was kind and shit. I'm on the phone.
He asked me if I'm all right. This motherfucker.
Right? You okay?
Yeah, so I'm sitting here just chilling on the phone.
He just popped that curb and asked me if I'm okay. Are you okay? I'm busy texting my wife. Dude, he just lost something on that curb.
Yeah, so you see, I'm actually minding my business. People don't understand that when I go out and audit, I'm minding my business. I'm busy texting my wife. Boom, 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 boom.
Speaking of which, how is that little angel of yours?
Man, she is great, bro. She's learning how to fight. She throwing punches and everything. I love her.
Oh my god.
She go to her little daycare, and there's this little boy who like her.
Oh yeah.
And he like, oh hey, how you doing? How are you? How are you? Oh hey, how are you? How are you? And I was like, he don't know. He got to fight me in order to go ahead and talk to her.
Right, already. Wait till you get older. It's gonna be just as difficult.
But my girl, she's so fucking gangster with it, bro. She did this shit. She said no, and muffed the boy in the face. No, I said that's right. Tell him again.
That is hilarious.
I said, tell him again. No.
That's funny.
And she muffed him in the face.
The same thing.
Oh
My kids are-
wow,
my
he
kids are
did lose a
thinking,
piece.
Yeah, look at all
I
these
got
pieces
caught-
this dude lost. Yeah, go ahead, Hawkwood.
I got called to the school for the very same thing. Some little boy tried to kiss her during recess, and she dicked him.
That's funny.
Yeah, she's almost 2 though, man. I love her, man. She cracks me up. She's like, no,
Oh,
get out of my face. You better muff that boy.
Oh snap!
That's funny.
So I was trying to figure out what that piece.
Damn.
Like, look at that. He lost 2 pieces there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, this dude fucked up all his shit. Now this is when I actually started like picking up my camera, of course, a little bit, but still hanging it from my neck.
Right. Yeah, I'd have recorded it and pointed it too.
So I literally just got here, contact in less than, literally in less than 2 minutes. That was quick. Other than that, pop that curve and pop this Camp Wisdom. Subway.
Camp Wisdom. I was surprised about that bus there. Look at this shit. So you see here, this dude parking, me still walking down the fucking sidewalk.
Same cat?
Nope, different cat.
Okay.
is that Dallas or Richardson?
Being followed. If you want to talk, but I'm just going on my way. What's up? Huh?
How's everything going today?
Pretty good.
Okay. Just supporting or?
Yeah, just got off the subway.
Okay. Project.
Just taking pictures.
Taking pictures. Okay. Just checking, man. You know that a little bit concerned with everything's been going on. Law enforcement recently.
Oh, okay.
Make sure everything's okay.
No problem. How are you? Am I being detained or something? No.
No, that's fine. I got to be thing. I just want to talk to you. Is it okay to talk to you real quick?
Sure.
So, okay. I'm obviously aware with that.
So
okay. Like I explained to you.
So this is when I used to do the experimental phase of just trying to see how far I can take it and see how far they would keep on going.
Yeah, no, I like it. I love it so far.
Just being very kind and courteous, right?
I like the psychology of it. I like that you try to walk away, and I like that he's pushing it. I like where it's going. I think it's smart so far.
Yeah, so I used to do this shit and just be like, yeah, man, I'm just trying to, do my fucking shit. And some people say, oh, you're antagonizing. How is this antagonizing?
No, it makes him look really bad. You're doing everything you need to do to give him an out. You're showing him he's revealing himself. I would disagree with that other person's assessment.
Yeah.
We just want to make sure that everything's fine. We're concerned because we don't get place the camera for the parking lot. And that's where the parking lot is very close. That's it.
Again, camera's hanging on my neck.
You mind if I see your ID, sir?
Blow me.
Okay.
I mean, everything's all right. I mean, just walking on my way.
That's an officer right here as well.
Everything good, or?
Who's good, sir?
Okay. And 8623 is your number. Nice to meet you.
So what's your name again, sir?
Oh, I didn't give it.
Okay.
But thank you. Have a good day, okay?
All right, so you have a good day, sir.
All right, you too.
Okay, I'm surprised he let you go that easy. Well, it wasn't easy, but I thought for sure they finna surround you.
And
oh, it's the video ain't over. I see.
subway contacted. One officer just hit the curb.
All right, so I took a couple pictures of that, and I walked off. Now, I went all the way up here. If you see that, that's like another little building up here. I went about another 2 miles down this way.
Yeah.
And let me hide that. Again, they were following me the whole time. Look at this shit.
Wow.
The whole fucking time. I'm like,
wow.
Bro, of course, we can't control who puts ads on our videos anymore. Because all my shit's demonetized. I don't know the fuck they're doing.
The alarm on education system's attack on their rights to choose what's best for their children.
But yeah, I laughed at this because I was like, man, that's crazy. And I stood there because I was like, I noticed he keep following me. I was like, fuck it, man, whatever. This is on my way back.
That's crazy. You get a fucking escort.
I'll show you guys a wonderful shot.
This cat right here. He cracked me up. He said, "Hey, you filming me?" I said, "I mean, do you want to? Do you want to be?" Like, nah. All right then.
All right, keep it moving.
Keep it going. And I noticed this shit right here. I'm still being followed on my way back here.
I'd have had to stop and talk to these pricks.
Oh no. I'm like I said, I'm seeing how far this goes at this point.
Right on. Well, we know what he wants. He wants to follow you and see you either go to a house or to a car.
Probably will to take it.
Yeah. Because at this point, I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'd probably go sit in the police station somewhere if they tripping on me and giving me shit like that.
Yeah. It's not hard. It's not hard to tell that you're following me, right?
Be seeing them on the side of the road. You ask.
Right. So I'm asking, what the fuck are you following me for?
All right.
And then I did film it. Like,
right. I don't want to film behind that shit.
You want me to film it? Fine, I'll film it. Boom.
Okay. All right. What's that? Everything's all right. It's okay. That isn't okay. It's fine. All right.
More guys.
Okay. All right.
On here, I wish I had better editing softwares because I'd be like, it'd be your own people. It would be your own people.
Can you turn it up? Or is that full blast?
There's no. Hold on.
But
like, what are you
just
up to?
Recording. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. You leave me now. That's fine.
Like, what are you up to?
Nothing.
Now again, I would never even film this location if y'all weren't following me so much, right?
Look at this shit, bro. So far, you're killing. You're right. You're doing what everybody wishes they were doing.
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I say that exact phrase. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
How you doing, by the way? Oh, Jonah. Let him through.
Look at your courteous ass.
Oh yeah, they're blocking a bus right now.
I'm just recording. I got off the train and I was sitting here. I noticed one of the officers bumped the curb. So, but other than that, I'm not really doing anything much. Are you having a good day, though?
Look at you.
I'm doing good. I'm glad to see a smile around here.
This cannot go bad. You are just too charismatic.
Right. I'm always kind to everybody, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Right. I never would say, if you're doing something obviously like trying to violate my rights, for sure, things will go south.
Hey, I want you to show the beginning of my last bit, and so we can contrast shit. I'm not a horrible guy. I'm not a bad guy, but I'm interested now.
Sure. Let me share. You want to see the
last bit I posted? Yeah, it's probably from a week or two ago.
See. Hold on.
I'm not bad. I'm gonna say now. We're gonna say no. Let's speak for ourselves. But I give a little more lip to guys that I thought deserved it. You'll see. Gosh, you'll see. But everybody else, I get along cordial with. You'll see that too. I hope, which is why I'm presenting this. I hope I come off peaceful and not a dick. I think I was peaceful.
Look, you know what? The first reaction is usually the best reaction, in my opinion.
Yeah. I hear that
you
shit.
know what? You can't control anybody else's emotions or how they react to you, especially if you're approaching them in a way that you feel may be respectful, but you don't know them. You know what I mean?
I didn't catch the first part. You can't approach a guy. Say that again.
You can't approach somebody feeling that you're respectful to them,
right?
When you don't know them.
Yeah, I agree, right? You don't know what respect is to those cats.
Right. You don't know who this person is. You never met them in your life, but you're going to approach them in a certain way, which in a way, like, You got your hands in your vest right now. You got, you're fully loaded, fully equipped. You got your camera on me. You got all this. Your mask, your stance tells me, you got a problem with what I'm doing.
Yeah, I would think so.
That's what I would think.
Body language.
Body language. Yeah, body language.
And me personally, I'd be like, I don't know what you want, but
you're on some bullshit. Yeah.
It seems like you might want some issues.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what you want, but I kind of want to be left alone.
Always, right?
Majority don't like you cats.
Minority.
Right there.
Minority?
Yes, sir.
You cats earn hate daily out
Him
here
do,
on the street.
the minority, body language.
You don't have to know who I am to respect my rights, buddy.
What are they doing now?
That was fine in my opinion. I wouldn't give a shit.
Okay, well, no, I'm never a lot easier. You'll see it. I end them easy. I'll get them friendly and shit like you were.
Yeah.
But that guy was an ass.
Cops everywhere.
Oh, right there.
The light in my camera, bro. That's
yeah, that's not right.
Immediately,
Already,
right?
Immediately.
You're trying to trick me. I've even stayed calm here. Watch how fast I calm down.
Yeah, right there is like, already trying to push the buttons.
Yes.
Somebody want to tell this guy don't do that. All right. Maybe it was an accident.
You say I'm giving him an out. Maybe it was an accident. I'll forgive you.
All right, do that, but you being rude, fucking trying to stop me from film.
He was steady talking. Now this girl is naked and twerking and
I see you had to zoom that in.
Yeah.
You said I gotta keep my monetization on.
But they took it anyway, bro. It didn't work. I tried.
I think she said no. Bro.
He said let that hoe walk. She's so disrespectful. Let that hoe walk.
Oh man, I couldn't picture mine.
Yeah, I'm at all the time. Understand these people know me. The only one obviously is that one guy didn't know who I was, but the rest of them know who I am.
I tell man, I was like, man, come on, don't do this to yourself right now. It's gonna be a public record one day.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna ask for that officer's body cam. I want to see what's going on.
That's brilliant. Hey. That's brilliant.
They'll fuck us over with the black people. They'll let them step on our neck while they'll move to the side and go to the huddle.
Hey, Joe, I'm sorry. Joe, next time if you ever see some shit like that,
like, call you that day.
Hey, you be like, yeah, officer, I need your body cam footage and your name and badge.
All right, I'm not about to report you. Don't worry, but I need that footage.
I need that footage. Hey, that shit would crack me up, man. I swear to God. If you ever did that in a video, in an audit, I swear to God, I would laugh. Cop watch, whatever, I would laugh so hard. I ain't going to report you, but I need your name and badge number.
Oh, yeah, I do it antagonized. You cats do earn a lot of hate out here, bro. And it's because when you walk up, cats like you shine flashlights in people's face.
A lot of love out here. Yeah, we do.
Oh, not around here. I'm out here every day.
The only one we've got like this. And you want to know something?
Wait, the only one that films? Because I don't show you cats hate. I hope that's not what you're saying.
No.
The only one that films?
No. I didn't say that.
Because I know how my people in my community feel about you.
You get a lot of love out here.
You get.
That's subjective.
That's subjective.
That is subjective.
It is, though, right?
right? Because I say you can say you get a lot of love, but tell me, if someone with a gun and badge walks up to your car, and would you say, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Mr. Officer? How you
Yeah.
doing? I appreciate you so much. Don't give me a ticket. Don't lock me up. Don't
That's
put me in jail."
right. That's what
Right?
it is,
That's
bro.
subjective, man. You can't,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you
what it
can't
is.
say we are loved here. We are loved
Right.
here.
Don't assume. Right.
Yeah, don't assume you're loved. Just assume that people are maybe in fear of you,
Right.
right? Might be
Yeah.
in fear of you. And that some again, there is respect for police officers out there. There is.
Yeah, you'll see a bunch. You'll see a ton. I usually get along with them pretty good. They're at least respectful to me.
Yeah, but you saying we're very loved out here? I mean, like your job is 90% giving tickets to
And
people.
harassing folks, man. When they see you light them up, they think, this nigga finna go in my pocket.
This nigga got me.
Yeah, hit this nigga again.
No. You guys, it's all recorded right here. Yeah, it's all recorded right here, and I live here. You're gonna tell me how my people feel about the cops?
I'm still
speaking
here.
For everybody? I'm speaking for the majority. I'm saying it's a fact. The majority don't like you cats. The minority. The minority? Yes, sir. You cats earn hate daily out here on the streets. Absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. Absolutely. When I walked up, your man shined a flashlight at my camera. You said nothing. Nobody said nothing. You are, sir. It don't matter. You can't shine a light at my camera. And you're standing right here. I don't know who you are. Yes, I do this every night. This is my job like yours. I know who you are. You don't have to know who I am to respect my rights, buddy. I want to make sure my people are safe. You can do that without blinding my camera, pal. I'm not blinding your camera. You did when I first walked up. What's going on, man? What's going on, pimp? Your man shining flashlights in the camera, Joe. But look. As long as you chill and you stay back here, that's cool. I know that, and you know that. Everybody else know that, but dude. I got you, man. But you can't be over here recording, old girl. You know you. I know I gotta blur that shit out, but it ain't on him to do none of that shit. He don't get to tell me what to do. Never told you what to do, man.
I'm cordial with most of them.
They said, Joe, you know you can't put that on your channel in the first place. What you talking about?
He says 30 degrees when you walk around in Crocs.
You can stop it. I just wanted you to actually you can stop it, but there's right after this, after he went to Western, that's Joe Cool and whatever he told him. Then when I come back over there to him, he's like, watch out, Joe, for the bicycle behind you. Thanks, man. He was like, yeah, you know, I want you to get hurt. Now suddenly he's all friendly and he's changed, all because dude told him who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
You can kill it though. I just want you to see that part.
Well, you know, I think you pointed out something very good in there too. And I don't know, their opinions on what the public thinks of them is subjective.
Obviously, right? I mean, it screams to me and you that it's subjective. I don't know if he really believed that. I'm told that they have to stick among their own so they can hold on to that belief. I don't know how much he really believes that, but obviously it must be subjective because I would agree it's fear. And if as evidence, I would point to the shit where they, you know, behind you and you hit the lights on and you get afraid. And a million other things. The reason people are overly friendly to you and all of that shit, that's fear. That all indicates fear. It's subjective, but I would say it indicates fear.
Yeah, I say, and also like the other officers, you can see their response to you whenever you first show up. You know, they probably go on the assumptions like he probably don't care for me right now, but he's showing me respect.
Yes,
but
they know we're enemies, Joe. Yes.
Yeah, but you know, to say like, do you love him? No, you probably don't love him, but you at least respect him.
Yes.
You know, but they don't come up here and say bullshit shit like, you know, hey Joe, come on, man, like, you know, show some respect for each other, right?
Yeah.
Right. It is what it is. And it's kind of like how we have these discussions, right? We don't have to like each other. We don't have to even love each other. We can hate each other for whatever we care. But
and for that matter, it's a bunch of them. So they are separate. So they have separate opinions, even on that level as well. Some of them are really men of respect, even though to me, being a cop shit sucks. But some of them are more inclined to be like you're talking about. Let's just keep it respectful, and they are great. And then you have other motherfuckers that intentionally want to come block your camera and all that extreme shit.
You know what would be funny is if, like, you know, in that whole situation, said, "No, we can all be friends." I said, "Oh, we can all be friends." So if I said I had an ounce on me, would you arrest me?
Yes.
Right?
What are
If
you?
I said I had an ounce on me, would you arrest me? And I remember, you're not saying if you got an ounce of anything on you. You're saying if I had an ounce of whatever, right? It could be an ounce of sugar, right?
And you already, right?
Right? Now, would they arrest you for it or would they search you for it? You know?
I always say this. You made me think of this. I always say, let's say I'm in Chicago, weed is legal. So I am on the border of Illinois, and I'm a upstanding citizen. I pay taxes. I support back when I buy weed, and I stand 6 feet to the right, and I'm in whatever Indiana or wherever where it's illegal. Suddenly, I'm an evil guy. I'm a criminal. That shows subjectivity, right? Somebody's wrong. Both people cannot be right.
Look, I'm telling you, like I probably wouldn't risk it. Never mind. Don't do what I say.
Right.
It'd be like me telling that lady telling about something. Yeah, you should go ahead and attack people for. No, don't.
No.
Don't mention that because I already know some shit. Yeah, if I tell you got an ounce on me right now, they'd be like, "Oh, you got an ounce? Get the
right."
the club out.
Suddenly, now what? It changed. Right.
Yeah.
I thought we were men of respect, friends, and all that. No, they pop your ass off, Joe.
Yep.
And for that matter, I know they still attack other people. I'm sitting up here now, and they pull in behind me really fast, like 2 days ago or something, light me up. They obviously see on the back of my car, I got Joe Cool with the YouTube symbol. They immediately see that. They cut the lights off and they immediately peel back off. If I'm a regular Joe, let me see your ID. What are you doing here? When I pulled up on a stop tonight, it's on the camera I'm on, so I can't show you. I pulled up on a stop tonight, and all I had to do was, 30, 40 feet. By that, they're already making niggas produce IDs. They're on the passenger on both sides of the car. All of that shit, and attacking them. I get up there, they find a pistol. They cuff him and everything, but they know this nigga, Joe. They're talking to the chick. They let her use her phone and shit so she can find an FOI card. They do everything they can. They cuffed everybody. They was going to jail. They called for backup people, the women, to search the chick and all that bullshit. And they're working with them. They're trying to let them off bad like a motherfucker. And eventually they uncuff them and they let them go. Again, I'm not there. There's 1,007% chance that they go to jail. They only treat me nice. They only treat people around me nice. Because I'm here.
I'm telling you, look, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start walking around with an ounce of fucking sugar in my pocket.
And see, right? This motherfucker fill that shit. Now check this out. That's a great one. The Terry Frisk bullshit. They're allowed to do a weapons pack. But if you got an ounce of whatever in your pocket, it's not a weapon. Don't go in my pocket. You know it's sugar, right? But you're not allowed to go in and even figure it out. It's not on you. Don't do it.
That's
If you're gonna do that, do it right. Make it powdered sugar.
Right, make it look good.
Hey, look, I'm gonna do it before and after. I say, look, guys, this is powdered sugar.
All right.
Grab it up in a little ounce bag. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Now, if I ever get searched and they say, hey,
we'll see what happens. Every time you go out, new bag. Here's my powdered sugar.
I'm gonna ask him to go ahead and test it too.
Yes. Motherfucker, listen.
Make sure it's that baggie too. The baggie with the R on it.
Make sure you tell him, listen, when he be like, listen, I'm just gonna pat you. All right, great. I don't agree to any searches or seizures. And he do a Perry stop. He feel that fucking OZ in your pocket, he not gonna be able to resist, man. He gonna go in your pocket and you can't do that.
Hey, look, it'd be better if you like vacuum seal it and like heat seal it too. So that way they have to break it open.
They have to go through the extras. They
have to break it open. So that way, look, that's extra protection for you too, right? So they have to break it open. And you're like, look, I told you I ain't had nothing on me. You ain't had no right to search me.
You're
you
right. You went through
grabbed
all
my
that.
sugar. You grabbed my sugar.
Right.
I want to make sure you tested that bag. And if you didn't test that bag, I'm going to know because you had to break the seal to test it.
Yeah, showing yourself vacuum sealing it before you leave the crib and all that shit. So they know. So you know. And everybody else know you got a record of what they did or what they did not do.
He's a habitual sugar packet sealer.
Right. I can't. It makes me think of. Do you remember the old days? They take the packet and they pop it with a knife. I can't get that image out of my head, bro.
Watch all these auditors start doing that shit.
Right, beat you to the punch and all that bullshit.
There's been a lot of things I mentioned. There's been a lot of things I mentioned that have become to like fruition. Like James Freeman, he started doing the asking like police officers questions. I mentioned that a while back. I was like, damn, that's fucking hilarious.
I think that's evidence of science, G. I think that because we're all connected, what you put out, the idea you put out, it's easy for me or someone else to pick up because we're connected.
Right. And let me state this. I don't hold any ill will, like whatever things I ever thought of and someone else does, right? I think that's great because it means that I had a great idea and someone else did it. That's awesome. In my opinion, it worked.
Right.
Now, if I did it and they're like, oh, well.
Damn,
really?
He was flying, yo.
I thought he was pulling you over, my homie. I was like, oh hell no, we didn't just catch this on live on EOS Live, my homie. We about to catch this, and I'm gonna sit here and watch him like this.
That chunk was flying. Yeah, I'm gonna flip the camera around if I get to a light or something. Maybe they're right up here. Maybe they ain't too far. But I'm looking. I can see him. He's still flying. I can see him. He just hit his brakes. Now he got off of them.
Okay.
Yeah, leave that camera going so we got your back, Joe.
I'm gonna flip it so y'all can see what I see.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, damn, now we see you, officer. I'm watching you right now.
Do something. You got.
Damn, that motherfucker, he gone, man. I don't know. That's about already. He is about where I'm going. I'm going to see if the McDonald's down here open, and he already down there, Joe. It's another. Look like he's stopping, baby. Yeah, we can check him out. I'm still gonna flip at this red light. He turning. It looks like he only a few blocks down though.
You got to imagine what that call is.
Yeah, I need to get is a 360 camera to mount on my my car roof.
I want the hook up on the inside, the dash cams and all that audio, all that shit. This really got all that shit.
Well, why I say that I want to hook it on my car roof is because, like, say if someone ever say like, "Oh, well, he agreed to like search, for the search," I'd be like, "No, I didn't. I know better than that." And they search my car and they can't turn that motherfucker off. It's a 360.
I thought you were talking about on the outside. You're talking about on the inside, like a dome, like.
I want something on the inside, like a dome.
Yeah, sound and all 360. Nigga put drugs in the back seat. You got them.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that tape where the cop reach in and throw the drugs on dude back seat? He don't know that he got the camera flipped and you can see him. He's like, "What was that?" He turned around. It's a baggie on his shit. Hey, bro, man, you threw that in there.
There was a video on TikTok of a guy who threw the dog toy at the car to make the dog alert. He's sitting on the phone with his lawyer. He just threw a toy at the car. And the guy like, "What? He threw a toy at the car? What?" Like, yep, that nigga threw a fucking toy at the car. You can't even fucking deny it.
I don't buy half those dog searches because they know how to make that dog react. Come on now.
Of course, man. Somebody got a brother that trains dogs, and they said that their brother told them that same shit. They all got ways to make them react.
I really like to go into like people's live streams and find out if they're an officer or not, and ask some legal shit.
I'm about to say, I hear what you said. I'm about to say, you don't know they're officer. You're talking about niggas that ain't trying to have it. I just assume niggas trying to add it.
Yeah, and if they all like some people pretend they officers.
Give me a Big Mac and what is the other one? A quarter All right, give me a quarter pounder with bacon on it.
No Big Mac.
Quarter pounder?
I have quarter pounder. So you want 2 quarter pounders?
No, I would just give me a quarter pounder with bacon. You give me a cheeseburger with bacon on it too, if that's the thing.
So a cheeseburger with bacon and then a quarter pounder with bacon?
Yeah, and man, I got more cops here. And what else? And orange pop, easy on the ice. I'm sorry, I'm talking. Let me mute up.
Oh, you good? You good?
You ain't bother nobody.
Hey, when she said no Big Mac, I was like, damn, no Big Mac. You ain't got no Big Mac. Damn.
Damn McDonald's. McDonald's is going downhill.
Man. But yeah, I think this was a good discussion. I mean, I wish we had more people to join who disagree with my opinion and were respectful.
Well, you got Kilo. Got Kilo in the chat, but I don't know if he'd come up.
I mean, Kilo is welcome to join anytime. Kilo, you're welcome to join.
I mean, there's no problem with having a difference of opinion. That's what makes us American. That's what makes you American.
Right. I mean, like that's what I say. Is like I know Joe Cool didn't like the act of the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, so I was like, I'm glad he's in here because I know he'll keep it real with me.
Yeah, 100%, 100% of the time, right?
And I tell everybody, I say, I can respect if you keep it 100% real with me 100% of the time, rather than keep it fake with me,
right?
90% of the time and be real with me 10% of the time.
Right. You right, man. You right. I hate them niggas, man. Just you right. No, you right. And no, they disagree. What kind of weak nigga does that?
Kiss asses. That's a kiss ass.
Asses.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing, right? If you are building a business, right? Would you rather have somebody be completely honest with you or whether you think it's going to be successful, or be completely honest with you and tell you that it's going to fucking fail if you keep doing that shit, right? Or, just lie to you and say it's going to be successful.
You're right. I'm sorry. I forgot. I should have just checked the scanner through the gate. I didn't even think of check the scanner.
No, I'd rather have someone tells me what they really think. I'm sorry. You got too many people who kiss ass out there, and it doesn't help anybody.
It don't. My boss, she got mad at me at one point because she said, I need you to do this and this and this and this. I said, okay, but last week you told me not to do that. And she said, well, I need you to do it now. I said, well, here's the problem. If I do that now I got to go back to all these customers and tell them something different.
Did she say drive up?
I don't know. I said, I got to go out to all these customers and tell them something different.
Thank you, babe.
Next one is
Yeah.
And if I tell them something different, and they get an attitude with me, who's going to go ahead and handle that? Well, you have to handle that. I said, well, do you think that's fair to me? That you're telling me to do something different from what I've been told beforehand, but both of those decisions were your decisions, and I'm going to be penalized for it? Do you think that's right? I don't think it's right. I think, in my opinion, if you want to change up something, then I should include you on those emails whenever I reach out to them. And if they have an issue with it, you let them know that it's your decision. It shouldn't be my responsibility to take care of your decision. That was your choice.
That's right.
But people don't like my opinion. That's just how I am. And she didn't like it at first, but eventually she was like, you know what? Just keep on doing what you're doing. I ain't gonna fight it. Don't fight me. I like to debate sometimes. Even if it comes down to my job. All right, Joe. What you got to eat?
I'm flipping the camera. Hold on. I put bacon on everything. Matter of fact, I can't even stomach McDonald's unless I put bacon on everything.
They always mess up my order, man. I'm getting tired of them.
Those police are, I'd say, let me see, Cicero and blah, blah, another half a mile, about another mile away. They already found 2 weapons in the alley and all that shit. That's why they were going so fucking fast.
Okay. But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and end the stream, though, guys, because we've been on for
All right.
3 hours.
All right.
And also, I got to get ready for work in the morning. And so
All right.
take my PTO, and then I can be off for the rest of the year. Is there anything else y'all wanted to say before we head out?
I would like to say I'm glad I came over here, man. I'm glad.
Man, I'm glad you came over too. Yeah, Hawkwind, would you want to say anything as well?
Man, we missed you. Glad to see you online.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
You know what, man? I'm glad we can have this discussion. Like always, man. Love, peace, chicken grease. If you guys ever want to donate to me, please don't. Please send your money to thorn.org and or someone else who needs it. Man, I appreciate you guys for joining in. We had a great stream. And if those who disagree with me, the other 2 who I had to ban for this stream, again, if you guys ever want to come on, as long as you guys are being respectful, I'll be glad to hear you guys out. Just, no attacking the other guests. It is what it is. I'm glad you guys came on as well, but again, we can't have that type of drama on our stream, man. It's supposed to be a discussion in love, man. Just it is what it is, man. So I appreciate everybody for coming in. Love, peace, chicken grease. Take it easy. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. I'll see y'all later, man.
You have a good one, man.
You too, brother.